Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. I am your host, Son X, and with me today, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame in his game because guess what? He's always the same. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
That's me.
That is right. That is right. So before we get into the show, we got to go over some housekeeping real quick. Just a little bit of tidbits here. If you guys enjoy the content here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment. So that way we can try and get this podcast out to the masses and juice the algorithm. Also, we usually shoot to have this podcast every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, today we just had to do a little bit of a schedule change. Had to host the podcast today on Tuesday instead.
Yes.
Also, if you guys do enjoy the content here and want to watch more of us, you can head over to our other show called the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man Show, or TJ and the Grumpy Old Man Podcast. I don't know what it's specifically called at the end, but it's a podcast. It's all sports podcast. We usually host that one every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you enjoy the content here, head on over there and check us out and give us a watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we are doing it today, like X said, because I have something going on that it means that we can't do the show tomorrow.
Correct. I was going to let you say that, not me. So, yeah. So change of plans. Had to adapt.
Yep. And don't know how I'm going to feel on Thursday. So that's why we did it today, and we had 3 games we could cover.
And I was just going to say, we can just get right into it. We had to adapt something like the Islanders have not done this year so far.
There you go. I like it.
Struggling mightily.
I have a question for you, X. Where are the Islanders in the standings right now? Do you have any idea?
Dead last.
They're tied with Buffalo
for dead last.
The worst team in the league. I don't think we're going to go 0-82. I don't
think that will happen either. We will get some lucky wins for sure. And they're going to be lucky is what they're going to be.
Yeah. Now you watch some of these games, have you not, X?
Yeah, I've watched some of them. I know there's a couple of them where I was gone doing stuff, so I didn't get a chance to watch a couple of them, but I have watched some of them, or I've watched the highlights.
Have there been any positives?
Matthew Schaefer has looked very, very good. Scored his first career goal and had an assist as well.
He's got 4 points, I believe, and I think he leads the Islanders in scoring. Where he's tied for the league in scoring. He scored, or maybe it's 3 points. I don't know.
It was in the Capitals game that he had that goal.
And I just think that it's interesting that for me, he's already the best player on the team.
Yeah, he's really good.
And what it says to me, if you look at the rest of the squad, it just shows how much of a lack of real talent that we have on this team. That an 18-year-old, I mean just 18, can just come in and just look heads and shoulders better than anyone else, right?
Yep. It just speaks volumes of the talent that you currently have on the squad.
Is he making some mistakes defensively? Yes, but let me be honest with you.
We'll let that slide.
The whole defense, the defense is horrific.
Yes, very bad.
And it's not like I didn't tell you this was coming. I told everyone that this team is horrible defensively. Pelech and Pulock I want to say they've lost a step, at least, maybe even a step and a half. I was against maybe moving one of them at the deadline. Now I'm for moving one of them at the deadline for whatever you can, and then moving the other one in the offseason. This team's in full rebuild now, if you're looking at it. I think we're one of the most poorly coached teams in the league. I just think, like I said, there's only, in my opinion, only one player on the whole team who can even hold a candle to Matthew Schaefer, and that's Matt Barzal.
Yep, I agree. I agree that he's the only player. I think Schaefer currently at this point in time is better than Barzal. Still makes mistakes though because he's a rookie, but I think he's better than he might not be better than Barzal right now, but he absolutely has the ability to be way better than him.
He's an electric skater.
Yes, a lot of speed.
He's an electric skater.
A lot of speed.
When he gets the puck on his stick, it's like I want him shooting the puck all the time. He's already first power play quarterback. In 3 games, he's taken over. He is no longer power play 1 guy. Just isn't. He's been playing the last couple nights, I think 25 minutes a night. He leads the Islanders in ice time per game.
Yeah.
18. He's 18.
He's just that much better.
He's incredible. And I know I want him to play in the minors. Okay, he didn't need to, obviously. And it just shows why anyone who wanted James Higgins instead of Matthew Schaefer, well,
Ooh.
I'm sure you're reassessing that now. He's just dynamic. He's just dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how long before he's one of the top 10 defensemen in the league? 2 years?
I was going to say, a year or 2. I mean, maybe not. It won't be this year. I was going to say maybe next year or the year after that.
He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He's the
just
reason
wait
why
till he puts more size on and gets bigger and grows up a little bit.
He is the only reason to watch the Islanders now, from a positive point of view. The only reason.
Yep.
The team is underwhelmed totally. Like I said, worst coach team in the league. I have a question. Does Patrick Waugh make it to Thanksgiving?
My prediction, probably not.
Not if they play like this.
Nope.
The defense is horrific. And we're going to get to the defense. And I want all the Romanov lovers. He's the worst defenseman on the team.
The defense is the worst part about the team.
Alexander Romanov, you're seeing just what I told you was going to happen. Noah Dobson was propping up that useless trash can, Alexander Romanov. He's a disaster defensively. Because how do you know? Because at the end of last year, he played some games with Tony DeAngelo, and they were horrific because Romanov had to play defense. He's supposed to be the defensive linchpin of that pairing. He was bad last year. He's worse this year because he can't cover up for Tony DeAngelo's lack of playing defense. Because
13 goals.
He's
13 goals in 3 games.
He's below average defensively. He's always out of position. I'm sure we have some clips of just how bad he is.
I have them. I was just going to say 13 goals throughout 3 games is bad.
When the Islanders telecast is shredding him day after day, it just tells you how bad they are because how bad he is because they don't rip on anybody. They just don't. And that's what you're seeing now. He's terrible. His lack of positioning, it's like he never been on skates before. He's just terrible. I don't know what else to say about him. I know we're going to show clips today. But I know there are a lot of people who just say Romanov's great. Dobson was the problem. Dobson was not the problem. I told you Dobson was not the problem. You're seeing the problem. The third pairing looks like Scott Mayfield. Okay, I'm going to defend Scott Mayfield a little bit. People say, oh, man, Scott Mayfield doesn't look good. You want to know why he doesn't look good? Because he's playing with Matthew Schaefer. He looks like he's skating in sand because he's playing with Matthew Schaefer, who looks like he's got jetpacks on his heels.
Strapped to his heels. Yep.
I mean, Matthew Schaefer's making mistakes defensively, not positionally. He's not used to what it's like playing in the NHL yet. That's what it is. And he's a little slight. But, for all these just puck-moving defensemen, I think he's just as good defensively right now as Cale Makar is. I've never been a fan of Cale Makar on defense, Adam Fox, Quinn Hughes, all these guys who are puck movers and, they're the best defensemen. They're not great defensively. Is Matthew Schaefer great defensively? No, he's not.
I think he get better, though.
I think he's going to be better defensively than all of them because his positioning is not poor. You don't see him standing around. How many Islanders have we seen in the first 3 games this year where they're just standing
all of them, especially the defensemen.
Yes.
They just get puck watching. That's it.
And it's like, it's disastrous. They honestly, they look worse than I thought they were going to look.
I predicted us to be really bad, honestly. The teams, I thought we would beat the Penguins. Kind of shocked we lost them. I thought we would beat the Penguins, though. Through the first 3 games, that was kind of all I had us winning, was against the Penguins. I thought we'd go 1-2. Would you agree with that? Did you think going into the season that we would beat the Pens?
I thought we'd probably beat the Penguins. I thought that we would lose to Winnipeg,
the Capitals and Winnipeg.
and the Capitals.
Yeah, same.
But we've been outplayed in every game.
Yes, we
And
absolutely have.
I thought we came out with jump against Winnipeg, honestly, and then we got Romanoffed 4 or 5 minutes, whatever, 6 minutes into the first period, and the puck's in the back of the net, and that's it. You could just suck the life out of it. The Islanders are booed.
Yes,
going off the
home.
ice. Game 3, second home game.
It's bad.
Booed off the ice. Game 3, booed off the ice. If that's a harbinger of things to come.
That tells me nope, he's not staying around.
He doesn't. I don't think he has any answers. Is it his fault?
No, the team sucks.
I think he wants to play an up-tempo style. That's what he wants to do. He wants to play up-tempo, attack. Great. Guess what? The players on this team are not up-tempo attacking style players.
Let me ask this. Do you really think that a different style of play, though, would make enough of a difference to where we weren't losing games?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. If they wouldn't just play defense first, defense, I think they would win more games.
Do you think we would have won? Do you think we would have won against? Because I mean, I don't think we had any shot against Winnipeg. I don't think we had any shot against the Caps. Do you think that we could have beat the Pens though if we played more defensive game?
Yes.
I couldn't.
Christian Jarry was dying to give that game away. He tried to Jarry that game up as much as he could.
But wouldn't you say by us playing more offense, we were giving ourselves more opportunity to score though?
We hemorrhage chances. And what does it do? When you're hemorrhaging high danger chances, what have you seen from Sorokin so far? He's backing into his net, backing into Varlamov. You can always tell when the goalie's going bad, when all of a sudden he's getting closer and closer to the pipes. And he's not.
It's because he's under constant attack all game.
When goalies don't feel comfortable, like the defense is going to do their job, I think they're in scramble. I think you're seeing that from Sorokin right now. Has Sorokin played great? No. Has he made some tremendous saves? Yes. How many times has he been left out high and dry? Numerous.
I guess this is my thing. Usually you want to play towards your team's strength. So if your one weakness is defense, you don't want to be sitting back and defending all game, because guess what? Teams are going to pick you apart and get opportunities to score on you, even if you're sitting back all game.
They've been bottom third of the league in scoring the last 7 years.
I know, but they put up goals. They put up goals the first 3 games. I'm saying through the first 3 games this year, they've put up goals. They lost 4-3 against the Pens, 4-2 against the Caps, and then 5-2 against Winnipeg. Okay, but the Capitals and Winnipeg are a lot better teams than the Penguins are, let's be honest.
But that's how the Islanders score. That's the way that's the number of goals they've been scoring for the last 7 years. They don't score a whole lot. Bottom third in the league of scoring.
I'm just saying, sitting back and playing defense, I just feel a team's going to pick you apart.
Well,
especially a good team will absolutely kill you doing that.
I'm not saying sitting back and playing defense, but you have to play defense first and play out from that, look to counterattack.
I don't think they can. Well, that's my thing, though. If the puck's just going to be in their zone the whole game, and eventually shots are just going to go through. It's just what's going to happen.
Okay, but how many attackers are on this team? Really, if you look at it legitimately, how many
good attacking players?
Yeah,
Bo Horvat, Barzal.
He's not even he's not an attacking player. He's not have great wheels. Barzal, yes, not Horvat. Anthony Duclair has that skill set. Matthew Schaefer. That's it. There is no one else. And the quitter, I put him in there because he absolutely plays that attacking style that Patrick Waugh likes. Doesn't play any defense. Doesn't mark a man. I mean, you could give him a whole case of markers. Those things are going to still be in the cap at the end of the day because he don't cover anybody. That's just what he does. Matt Barzal, he's our best forward, and Matthew Schaefer's our best player already. The best player on the team.
Let me ask: if Barzal is the best forward, why would Waugh not put him up on the first line then?
Who?
If you said Barzal is our best forward, why is he not on the first line?
Well, he's just putting lines together. He's playing with Palmieri and Lee.
Lee, yeah.
But they've been bouncing around a little bit, right? They've
Mhm.
been bouncing these guys around a little bit. But when your first line is Bo Horvat, Emil Henneman, and Anthony Duclair, that's like expansion levels first line. That's what it is.
I just think, yeah, it's just bad times for the Islanders. And yeah, their defense, I think their defense is the worst part about the team. It's not good. Not good. Now, Grumpy, do you want to go through some of these goals that were scored?
Well, I just want to put up, I really, I take a lot of heat from some people who listen to this podcast when I just say Romanov, he's got an SBS factor of 100. And no, he's great. He's this. You're wrong. Okay. I said, just watch and learn. Like I said, 3 games, and he has the worst plus minus on the team. That's all I'm going to say. Last year, Noah Dobson's plus minus was like even or -1, but look at Romanov. Look what his numbers were. Okay. It's not. It was never Dobson. Dobson was the salve that covered up the Romanov mistake. And
well,
again,
Grumpy, we have Dobson making a mistake right here if you want to go ahead and watch this.
Well, 1 second. That's why I said Matthew Darsh's biggest mistake was re-signing this hack to an 8-year extension. It was again, he makes mistakes, not with the guys he brought in, with the guys that he re-signed. He's the worst defenseman on the team. He's the worst defenseman on the team.
Do you think that maybe it was some of now I know this is going to sound like I'm giving him like a pass or trying to, cut him a break here, but do you think Darsh went off of some of the information that he was given to, like, based on people on the inside when he came in? They were like, oh yeah, you need to sign him to a long-term contract. He's great. He's this, he's that.
Then he's a shitty general manager. Because you should know that. You should know every single player on the team before you get there. If you're the general manager,
I
you're
agree.
going from a general manager job, you should know every single play. You should know that organization that you're applying down, up, down, across, sideways.
I agree with that. But sometimes ownership can pressure people, like especially general managers, into making selections or providing extensions for players. They absolutely can.
Okay. Alexander Romanov? I think ownership put pressure on Darsh to try to get James Higgins. That I think
we know that. We know that for a fact.
They wanted that turncoat bastard the worst way.
Well, when was Romanov drafted? What round?
I don't know what round he was drafted. He was traded. This was the infamous TJ comparing the trading of Romanov for Romanov to
God. Was this
assault.
Oh my God.
And here's the thing. Who could we have drafted? Frank Nazar, who's just lighting it up for Chicago. So again, it's why you don't trade first-round draft picks.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how much of truth this is, but do you think that ownership maybe could have pressured him to giving him that extension based on like, we have to try to justify this trade? That we made?
You could give him an extension. You didn't have to give him 8 years.
I know. I agree with that.
When Romanov himself came out and said we didn't expect anywhere near that much term or that much money, he knows he's not that good. Anyone who could read Braille, you don't even have to be able to see the game to know that this guy doesn't play well.
Yeah.
He's horrible. He's terrible.
Let's just watch how terrible he is. Do you want to watch this in slow-mo, Grumpy, or in full speed?
Let's watch it full speed first and see how painful it is. Whoops. Nice job, D'Angelo. Where's Romanov? 400 miles behind. Now, if that's Noah Dobson, that's Tony D. If that's Noah Dobson, he's getting absolutely shredded by the fan base. Absolutely. Now that's not Romanov's fault.
That's not Romanov's fault. That's Tony
D'Angelo
just whiffing. Ugh.
The other guy, he's your Dobson replacement right there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's Sorokin to do? I don't
Nothing. He can't do anything. Set up for failure. That's it. Set up for failure.
I did send you a couple of clips of the Winnipeg game where this is Alexander Romanov in a nutshell. 2 little clips, 5 minutes apart in the first period of a home game. And think about it. Winnipeg.
So
traveling-
those clips you sent me, Grumpy, I cannot access those through this. I have all the golds for the Winnipeg game if you want to watch that particularly.
Well, just do the first 2 goals. It shows a little bit of breakdown of how bad he was, falling down at the blue line, getting just okey doked. It's like he's standing still out there. He's terrible. He's terrible.
All right, here's the first goal from the Winnipeg game, Grumpy. Oh.
I think another family member says, just post what he has put up. Here's the first goal of the year. I'm sorry, the first goal. There's Romanov. Where is he? Nice hustle back, Romanov. He's supposed to be a great skater. Just lets the guy walk right past him. Right past him. This is a 4th liner. This is a 4th liner. And guess what? He just wanted it more. Great job, Romanov.
Yikes.
Phenomenal.
Bad.
Well, I mean, Murray Barron. I mean, come on. 4th liner. Come on.
And then we'll have the second goal here, Grumpy.
Okay, this is just Pelican Puak just standing there. Just
Absolutely. And that's the thing that's the thing that drives me crazy about the defense is there's so many guys that are just standing, puck watching, not paying attention, not doing anything. That's defense in general that gets me upset. I just hate this standing and watching. Can't do it.
Okay. But I mean, and that's on the power play. And I said, both of them have lost a step. Both of them. You need to move. I said, you hold on to them because you can't move everybody at once. One guy has to be moved to the deadline. I don't care which one it is. One has to be moved. With the salary cap, what it is now and going up, they're affordable. But you must move them now. You can't hold them for years and then expect teams to take them at $5 million. They still have a rep around the league. Move one of those defensemen. What does it mean the team's going to be worse this year? Yep, absolutely. But
how can they be any worse than what they are? They're 0-3.
They're going to win.
You can't be. I'm just saying. Okay, you can't be. Well, then, okay, if they're going to win, if you're going to phrase it as they're going to win a couple of games, just try and lose as many as you can to try and get that number 1 overall pick. I'd rather my team suck so bad that we can at least get a good draft pick or possibly the best draft pick coming up in the draft than, we won a couple more games this year, so we put ourselves out of potential or out of place to get that, number 1 draft pick. No, if you're going to suck. None of this, we want to play, we want to do just good enough to not make the playoffs. No, I want to absolutely tank. I want to tank.
Okay. Have there been clips provided to you to just put up?
Yes, there have been some.
Just play those clips.
Oh my God.
Have they been put out for you on a silver platter?
I literally have everything that was put out on a silver platter already. So
you're saying you've played all the clips?
No, I've not played all the clips.
Play the clips, please.
It says at least Sorokin is trying.
Did Sorokin make the save or did Scotty get a stick?
Nice save. Really nice.
Did Sorokin make the save or did
Scotty Mayfield, Pellick back there, late getting back, 3-on-1. Just come on. And nice save by Sorokin here. Really nice save.
You know what the sad thing is? It looks like the Capitals are just playing like pond hockey, like they're not even trying. The talent level is just night and day. The talent level between the two teams. Just bad.
Yeah. I want to see the Romanov clip where he falls down it in the offensive zone and then just gets okey doked also right after that. I don't know which goal it was.
Maybe it's probably this one.
I mean, this is Alan. This is probably it.
Dogging it back on defense. All right, I've seen.
Someone keeps on putting the name Dobson up there. Probably someone with a long memory on how people have been ripping Dobson for so long. And, it's not Dobson. You're going to see at the bottom of the screen. There he is. Oh, there's Romanov falling down. Doo-doo-doo. Here he goes. I don't know what he's chasing. Okay, that's the first goal. That's the first goal.
I was about to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's literally the same clip I just showed. Well, these are the ones that I was provided. So
Okay, I gave you a clip. I sent you a clip today via text.
that ain't doing me any good. Again, you recorded something and sent it to me. That doesn't do me any good. That does not do me any good. I told you I don't have those.
You didn't see the one where Romanov is back playing defense and the guy puts a move on him and he just stumbles and falls?
Yeah.
Or you saw that, right?
No, I saw you record it and send it to me.
Okay, let's move on. Long story short, you're seeing what I've been saying about Alexander Romanov since he's been with the Islanders. If he has a steady defense partner like a Noah Dobson, who played with Johnny Boychuk, Zdeno Chara, Andy Green, Alexander Romanov, Dobson wasn't the problem. The problem was always his partner, Alexander Romanov. Oh, he's great. No, he's not. He's terrible. And you're seeing it now because he has a below average partner on the other side now. And he's just they're slicing that defense up. Play after play after play. They can't even get the puck out of their own zone. Whenever you see sustained pressure in the Islanders zone, defensive zone, you know who's on the ice? DeAngelo and Romanov. They're a nightmare defensively. Unfortunately, they're not getting any better.
Did you say they're the worst pairing on the team?
And Romanov's the worst defenseman on the team. Period.
Now here's a better question. Would you say he's the worst defenseman in the NHL?
No, there's probably a few worse than him, but he's hard. I'll tell you what, for the money he's getting paid, he's absolutely the worst
value wise. Yeah,
it's not even close.
They won't be able to, even if they wanted to move him. Well, he gets paid.
Not now. You can't move him now. No. 8 years, $8 million.
They're saddled with him for good.
You know, when you sign guys to ridiculous long-term extensions and they suck as players, they're immovable.
Now, let me ask you this question: I'll give it a little bit extra time. In 3 to 4 years, where do you see him at? Because obviously he'll still be on the team. Where do you see him at line wise?
Bottom pairing defenseman.
You think fourth line?
Third pairing defenseman.
Okay, third pairing. Okay.
4 lines, 3 defense pairings.
Okay.
Actually, you should know this by now.
Okay, well.
6 defensemen, 12 forwards.
Okay, fair enough.
2 goalies. That's what you dress.
So third line.
Third pairing.
Okay.
Defense pairs, 4 lines.
Fair enough.
He will be a third pairing defenseman. Because that's really all he is. Because think about it. The Islanders, what have they done? They've drafted predominantly left shot defensemen. What's Romanov? Left shot defenseman. Why did I say if you're trading Noah Dobson, you wanted to get a right shot defenseman back? Because you don't have any, and I mean none, in your farm system. Not a one. So someone is going to have to play his offhand. It's not recommended. Isaiah George, left shot defenseman. Keishon Aitchison, left shot defenseman. Polkinen, left shot defenseman. They're all left shot defensemen. And you re-sign Romanov back to a ridiculous 8-year, $8 million a year contract. Left shot defenseman. Adam Pelech, left shot defenseman. Matthew Schaefer, left shot defenseman. What does it tell you? Schaefer is going to be the number one defenseman before the end of the year. He's going to be the number one defenseman on the team. He already is.
I was going to say he already is the best.
He already is.
On the team.
I
don't think you have to wait.
Do you think Pulock or Mayfield is better for him? By the end of the year, they might think that Pulock has more in the tank. I don't know if he does. I don't think there's much difference between him and Mayfield right now. And Pelech, they're all the same. But if you think that Pulock has a little bit more in the tank, you're going to see Schaefer with Pulock. That's what's going to happen. The sky's the limit for Schaefer. It's going to be, baptism under fire for him. Anytime you see the Islanders doing something well, it's with Matthew Schaefer. That's it. Again, look at our line combinations. You know who I feel bad for? A guy I've been hard on, Simon Holmstrom. I don't think he's been okay. The whole team's been terrible to start the year, but I don't think he deserved to be on the fourth line now. And you listen to the Islander telecast the tremendous shot by Emil Henneman. Emil Henneman's a freaking fourth liner, fellas. I'm going to tell you, he's a fourth liner. I don't care that he can shoot the puck. Oliver Walsh would shoot the puck too. Whoop-de-doo. He scored 1 goal. Whoop-de-doo. He's a fourth liner. An average fourth liner at that. There's nothing special about Emil Henneman.
Scored a goal.
He sucks. He's just a fourth liner. Don't think that he's anything more than a fourth liner. You won't be disappointed later. Pierre Engvall. Oh my God, he's a second liner. He's great. No, I always said Pierre Engvall, he's a bottom 6 guy. He's always been a bottom 6 guy. In Toronto, bottom 6 guy. Well, you know what? For 18 games, he played with Brock Nelson, and he parlayed that into fooling the old man to give him a 7-year extension, which he couldn't believe he got. Whenever you see players, I couldn't believe I got that money. You know what that tells me? Your GM didn't do his job. Pierre Engvall, same thing. He turned right back into a pumpkin. Emil Henneman has 1 point in 3 games. It's not like he's lighting it up out there. He just isn't.
I mean, would you say anybody's really been lighting it up other than Schaefer, though?
No, it's Schaefer. It's Schaefer.
I mean, so I think it's more so a team thing.
But he's just not very good. I'm sorry.
Which could very well be the
he's not a first line.
The case, but I think it's just okay. But then looking at it, everybody's playing poorly.
The whole team is nondescript.
I agree with that.
Anders Lee has been terrible. He was hot last year. I said last year
should have traded him last year.
He was on fire last year before the deadline.
That's
when you move a guy.
Yep.
35-year-old. You move a 35-year-old when he's hot.
Especially when you are looking to rebuild the team, which is what they should have known going into this year. It's full rebuild after last year.
Varlamov was a guy you move at the trade deadline when he was eligible. You don't re-sign him to a 4-year extension. He's never playing again.
Nope.
You could have got an asset back from him. Scott Mayfield, 30 years old at the time, last year of his contract, on a sweetheart deal. You move him at the deadline. They re-sign these guys.
Do you think that they're sticking Mayfield, or do you think Mayfield will play with Schaefer the entire year solely for, experience?
No, I think eventually it'll be Pulock in him.
What time period throughout the season do you think they'll make the switch?
By Thanksgiving. I think you're going to see a lot of changes before Thanksgiving. Historically, in the NHL, if you're not in playoff position by Thanksgiving, you don't make the playoffs, historically. Yeah. And guess what? The Islanders are not going to be in a playoff position they don't play Buffalo 9 times this year. So it's going to be tough for them to get points.
Oh my God.
Very,
do you think it'll be Buffalo and the Islanders battling it out for the worst team in New York?
I don't know. The Jets still play in New York, don't they?
Oh, that is true.
You need to clarify. If you want to say
that is true. Sorry. That is true. It is true.
People saying that the Rangers are done. Well, maybe that was a little premature also. Washington's not going to have the same year as last year. I don't think they will either, but they're not going to fall off a cliff. Jersey's going to be good. Carolina is really good.
Hey, guess who else has been playing really well?
Boston Bruins, X.
That's right. Your boy knows.
Yeah.
Told you. It's the Bruins, man. It's the Bruins.
Like I said, I just not only they get a new power play coach. He was in Colorado. Oh, he was great in Colorado. Yeah, you want to know why he was good in Colorado?
Colorado has players who can actually shoot the puck.
Nathan McKinnon on his freaking team.
Exactly. They have players that are really good.
Gabe Landeskog was playing. Cale Makar. Rantanen. No wonder he looked good out there. They had great players. He comes here. They can't even keep the puck in the zone.
Now let me ask you this, Grumpy. Waugh gets moved.
The power play looks better since Schaefer's on it. Power play one.
Yeah.
Looks better when he's out there. Yep. It's about players. What do I always say, Coach? What do I always say, X? Players win games.
Lose games. Players win them. Yep.
Unless your name is Romanoff, because then you're able to lose games as well.
God. Now I was going to ask. Let me ask you this question real quick. Waugh gets moved at Thanksgiving. Who comes in as the new head coach?
No idea. It'll be
have an interim.
It'll be an interim guy. But remember,
do you think for the rest of the season, or do you think they'll pick somebody up before then?
No, they'll wait till the end of the season.
To get
another coach. What should they have done? realistically, what should they have done? When you're bringing a new general manager, you know what you should have done?
Clean house.
That's right. You should have cleaned house, brought in Joel Quenneville. Now, does Quenneville still have his fastball after being out a couple of years with the forced sabbatical that he had? I don't know. We're going to find out in Anaheim. But I would much rather trust him than Patrick Waugh. The team looks like they don't know what the hell they're doing. They certainly have no structure defensively. None.
No, their defense is terrible. And you know what's kind of surprising? You'd think with an ex-goalie and probably I'd rank him as one of the best goalies of all time, you'd think he'd be able to structure a team defensively, right?
You know what? I don't. But his
I'm just saying you'd think he would have a defensive mindset being a goalie.
Yeah, you would think he'd say defense first, but is that how those Montreal teams played back then? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
he was good.
I'm just saying, I mean, as being an ex-goalie, you would think, yeah, like he'd have a defensive mindset. He'd want to, he'd have more defensive structure than what the team's showing currently.
It helps when you have really good players.
No, it absolutely does. Yeah, they can
really
clean up a lot of mistakes.
Here's the real stark revelation for me. I didn't realize how far away they are from being good. This team is years away from being good. Years away. Everyone's gotten old at the same time, which you knew was going to happen, right? You knew they were going to get old, but they all got old at the same time. That's what happens when you don't start culling some of the dead wood years ago. Like I said, they should have done.
Would you reassess your prediction on when you think the team can be a playoff / Stanley Cup contender? Because I think when we previously spoke, we said maybe like 4 years, 5 years. Do you think it's going to be even longer than that now?
I think it's
maybe after Romanov's contract is up, 8.
No, it's going to be. I don't think. Did we say 4? Did I say 4 or 5 years?
I think we said it was like 5 years is what we said when all the young talent that we have would start coming up through the ranks, and we could actually be a contender. We could actually be a contender to make the playoffs and maybe do something in the playoffs.
That's if you hit on everything, right?
Yeah.
And you make astute free agent signings. Now, I don't hate what Darce did because it didn't cost them anything.
No. Except for hope. I mean, that's all he gave us is hope.
I mean,
it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but where are you going from there? I mean, maybe Cole Eisman. Who knows, right? You have nobody before then. Maybe Aitchison, maybe Eklund, Schaefer, absolutely.
Schaefer's already proven.
Maybe you got some other guys who can make it, but how many true stars are in the pipeline? You got one guy and he's already playing.
Well, I think you're hoping this draft coming up, the draft in 2026, is going to be where we're going to hit big. I think we're hoping trade deadline, we move guys, gain a couple, at least 3 picks minimum in the first round. I think is probably what we would hope.
They have
minimum
2
of
right
3
now.
picks.
They have 2 right now. They have to have it. They should have at least 3 or 4. You want to maximize this year's draft.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is then maybe 3 years for them to develop and come up.
Yeah, probably 5.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. I think our original assessment was 4 to 5 years is what we had as to if everything happened how we want it to happen.
How many guys on this current team are going to be here in 4 or 5 years? I'm not going to include Schaefer, right?
Oh, not many. Not many at all.
Probably going to be here. Barzell, Horvat.
Barzell will be at the tail end though. In 4 to 5 years.
Well, he'll be in his mid-30s by then, but I think he'll still be on the team unless they trade.
I know,
him.
but his game's predicated on skating.
Well,
you don't think that he'll lose a step maybe in 4 to 5 years?
I don't know. But he's a great skater.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is if he loses a step, though, I mean, it's kind of like Tyreek Hill's game is predicated on speed.
Is Simon Holmstrom still going to be here? Does it matter? I don't think so.
Romanov will be.
Zikas, gone. Emil Henneman, who knows? Who cares? 5 years from now, I'd say he's probably gone. Anthony Duclair, gone. Horvat will still be here at the tail end of his deal. Anders Lee, gone. Kyle Palmieri, gone. Pajot, gone. I
think it's going to be also really crucial for us having a solid head coach developing talent in Bridgeport for the future. We want somebody that's a stud. head coach.
Maybe Rocky Thompson is the guy for that.
Yeah.
Maybe Rocky Thompson is the guy for
Because
that.
that's the thing. I mean, you got to look towards like, our minor league team is going to be, you got to look at almost like our minor league team is going to be our future A team, pretty much. It's going to be the future, Islanders team.
Right now, in the minors, we don't have anybody. Isaiah George.
I know currently. I'm just saying,
Well,
hopefully if everything pans out and we get those, at least 4 picks, hopefully in the first round next year, you want to develop that talent. You want somebody who's going to be there that can do that.
That's why the Lamarillo plan was so short-sighted and stupid. He did the same thing with.
We set us back years.
He did the same thing with the Devils. The same exact thing with the Devils. And the Devils fans hate him now. He won 3 cups with the Devils, but he says he ruined the franchise, and he did. Think about how long they were bad after he left. 5, 6 years. You have to hit on your draft picks.
Yep.
And hope you can make some astute free agent signings. Because guess what? Any great free agent is not going to go play with your team. And that's where the Islanders are. No free agent worth his salt is coming to play for the Islanders. You got to hope that you strike, catch lightning in a bottle by somebody who is maybe unappreciated by his current team. Was maybe
it is gone through all of his other options,
or maybe he's a second line or a third liner on a really, really good team, and he just needs a chance to play on the first couple lines on the scoring line. And you can sign him to an affordable deal, and he just wants an opportunity. That's the type of guys we should be looking for in free agency going forward. Kaprizov's, I know he's signed, but those guys aren't coming to the Islanders.
No. I feel like the only reason we don't get a lot of signings too. Well, the thing that hurts us is our team is terrible. We're not in any contention to win anything. Guys will take less money, or guys will decide to choose a team that wins more so than a team that loses.
Now, and here's the thing. Here's more bad news. Boston. I thought that's a team we could handle.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Jeremy Swayman's back to playing really, really well. And they're hustling. They're trying. They got Pasternak. Elias Lindholm has looked pretty good this year. Morgan Geekie rounds out that first line. That's a good line together. They're a one-line team, in my opinion. But you know what? They have buy-in from the coach, Marco Sturm. And the goalie's been really, really good.
I think that we do also just need to look at the positive, though. The more we lose, the better picks we can get in the future draft.
Yeah, and they should be Darsh.
And that's what we should be looking to do.
All Darsh should be looking to do is lining up trade partners for Anders Lee. Hoping beyond hope that Anders Lee gets hot at some point, that JG Pajot gets hot at some point, that one of the defensemen looks like they're playable at some point, even if it's Pelech. Move Pelech. He's a left shot defenseman, right? You're loaded in the system with left shot defensemen.
Yeah.
Giving Isaiah George a chance to play. I mean, you can play him on your bottom pairing on the left-hand side right now. Move Schaefer up to the top. Put Romanoff on the second pairing, which is where at this point, I mean, that's probably where he belongs anyway. But I mean, Schaefer's past Romanoff. And I don't think Romanoff's as good as Pelech. I think he's a bottom pairing left shot defenseman now. Romanoff, he blows.
Should be sending out scouts to look.
I hate being right all the time. I hate being right all the time. I just hate it. It's painful. You could
get some sorry.
You could see this coming from 100 miles away. 100 miles away.
You called it. You absolutely called it.
I've been calling it for years. Where you could have eased into a transition, but nope. The old man wanted to double, triple, quadruple down on a team that was never going to win anything, and that never won anything. Never won anything. Never won a division. Never won a cup. Never won a conference. Never won anything.
Came close, but that's it.
They didn't. Horseshoes.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand
grenades, right?
Oh. Let's get to some comments, Grubby.
Well, let's get to the ad read.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we can do the ad read and then we'll hit up the comments.
Yeah. Football is back, and so is your shot at big wins with DraftKings Pick 6, the official draft fantasy partner of the NFL. Your game day instincts can score you real money fast. Here's the play. Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats from breakout rookies to elite quarterbacks and unlock the upside every snap brings. The better your calls, the bigger your payout. You know, if you're looking at players, I'm not picking Josh Allen this week. Maybe because he's on a bye, but also because Buffalo's kind of regressed a little bit. Wouldn't you say, X? But let's say you're looking maybe at a Patty Mahomes. He's getting Rashee Rice back this week.
He's getting every call next week too.
Been getting a lot of calls. Kansas City's been getting a lot of calls. I don't think you could bet on that. Maybe you can, but I don't know if it's
that would just be a guarantee.
I don't know if it's a DraftKings parlay option or not, but there's certain things you can do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the kickoff bonus though. New DraftKings customers get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry with your first pick set. This season, play your player instincts. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN. Play just $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside. In the partnership with DraftKings Pick 6, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus, age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms as pick6.draftkings.com/promos. So that's what we need to do, X. If you you want to make a little gamble, go with DraftKings. It'll be a lot worse off.
Yep. All right, Grumpy. Now we're going to get into
some of these commercials here, X.
Comments. The comments, not commercials.
Yeah,
comments.
Sorry, X. Okay. Frank from Empire State's a Romanov guy. You know, a lot of these people church mice. I noticed that. I'm confused. Is it Wednesday? Nope. It is not Wednesday. It's Tuesday, but I have a little surgical thing I need to take care of, a little procedure. So we would not be here tomorrow. So Matthew Sklarov doubled down on that. Huh? Today's Tuesday? Today's
Tuesday. Then I got it's Tuesday, X.
It is Tuesday.
Yep.
Hello all, says Frank. Brett Wander says 3 games in, our best player is a teenager. Romanov still blows. Yeah, he's just exposed now. He got exposed. Matthew Sklar says, ho-hum, our defense is still crap. It is terrible. Most of the whole team is really. Frank from Empire State says, Pellick, Pulak, Mayfield especially are also done. Romanov's number 1. He sucks. 8 more years of him. Oh. Matthew S. says Cizikas got bulldozed by Ovechkin. Well, he did play 1,000 games for the Islanders, I believe it was. Congrats, Casey Cizikas. Maybe he'll have his number retired. Tony D sucks as well. Yep, absolutely. But I told you that going in. Tim J says tears are not
enough for this team.
A positive for the Islanders. Positive. I do have a positive. Besides Matthew Schaefer. We're going to get every team's backup goalie.
Yeah.
Back to the lean. I mean, Mike Comrie looked great yesterday.
Which could be good for some players that we're looking to deal at the deadline now.
Maybe.
They're scoring goals. Absolutely. Oh, lighten up.
We won't be seeing Shesterkin.
No.
We'll see Jonathan Quick. We're not going to see Vasilevsky.
Okay, this shows you how long I've been out of the game. The fact that you said we'll see Jonathan Quick, and that is a bad that is a bad thing.
Well, no, he's the Rangers' backup.
That's I know, but I'm just like I remember when Jonathan Quick was like the best goalie in the NHL.
Don't smoke crack, says Romanov is terrible. I think that's giving too much credit to Romanov. Tim J adds, the defense is horrible. The forward lines need changing. Yeah, but it's like, what do you change them to? It's like changing the deck chairs on the Titanic. Doesn't matter. Ship's going down.
You can shift players around, but I mean, you can only shift crap around so much.
And it's not like the guys don't play hard. A lot of times they get caught,
not all of them hustle, but
they get caught standing around a lot in the defensive zone. But like I said, the winning game, they started off really, really well. Who knows what happens if they are able to pop a goal in the net? One or two.
Now, Grumpy, let me ask, were they charged admission when they were standing around watching?
I don't know. X. They're always standing around watching at the end. Frank from Empire State goes, here he goes. We play two of the best teams in the league. Everyone needs to chill out, and Pittsburgh is going to surprise. Well, let me put it to you this way. If Pittsburgh's going to surprise and Washington's one of the best teams in the NHL, I don't think they are. But let's say they're good enough. We're not making the playoffs. We're not even going to sniff the playoffs. Thomas Anthony says, good evening, gents. So 3 games into the season, it's already akin to the opening scene of Apocalypse Now, where the bombing transcends into the end by the doors. What a disaster. Hashtag tank for Gavin. It's not, we're going to win games. I just don't like how we look. Other teams seem to play with, we just seem old and slow, with the exception of Schaefer and Barzal, and maybe Duclair. Old and slow. Kyle Palmieri's been horrible as well. Not picking up a man on the back door. Just standing there. Just, they got to be better. Is that coaching? I don't know. These guys are veterans. They should kind of know what to do. Maybe they have the system they're playing that they're putting in. It doesn't work. Whatever it is, it's not working. I don't know. And don't Smoke Crack says again, and Scotty isn't much better. I can't believe they got him mentoring our future. I don't know if Scott Mayfield just looks worse because he's paired with Schaefer.
I'm going to say that's probably it. That's why he looks so slow.
But
And
he's not a great skater, X.
he's
not.
older too.
Yeah.
He's older too. He's not he's no spring chicken. But I think that's usually when an older player is paired with a younger player and the younger player is just that good. It's like, a brand new shiny sports car being next to, a pickup truck, right? Obviously the sports car is going to look great.
Okay. This was the thought process going into the season. We're going to have Romanoff and D'Angelo be our number 1 defense pairing. I told you that was going to be a disaster. That didn't take too long to play out. Pellick and Pulak, they've been together forever. It's going to give us a chance to compete. Mayfield is going to play with who's been a solid, steady veteran for years. Is going to be the guy who I think Schaefer's living with him as well. I believe. I could if I'm wrong. I know he's living with somebody with the team. I thought it was Mayfield. Correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect on that. Where Schaefer gets to pick his brain day after day after day. And maybe Schaefer's going to play, maybe that bottom pairing is going to play 15 minutes a night. The kid's been so electric and so good that he's blown past the Scott Mayfield tutoring session. So what you're probably going to see eventually is you're going to see a reassessing of the pairs. You're going to see Pulak playing with Schaefer. You're going to see Pellick playing with, you're going to have Pellick playing with, I would almost say put Pellick with D'Angelo because he's better defensively, and then have Mayfield playing with Romanoff. That's a horrible pairing. That's your 4th pair. Your third pair. It's just terrible. I don't know. Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to see who Matt Schaefer's living with.
Matt Martin. It's Matt Martin.
Okay, because it said that he was hanging out with his kids, but I didn't know if that was okay.
Yeah. Okay, it's Matt Martin. It's Matt Martin. I knew he was living with somebody on the team. I forgot who it was. Thank you for the correction. Nick Canetta says, no problem with this team being bad. Schaefer and Shabanov are fun to watch. I want to see Barzy back with Horvat eventually, having Richie come up. And what did they do with Callum Richie? Send him right down to juniors?
Send him down. Yep.
Would Callum Richie make this team better? I think so. But what I think the thought process with Callum Richie is, like I mentioned earlier in the offseason, they're gonna move Pajot close to the deadline, at the deadline, whatever. Then you're going to see Richie come up, and he's going to take over that 3rd line center spot. That's what I think you're going to see eventually. But what do they want to do before then? They want to give him every single minute that he can possibly put on his skates down in Bridgeport.
Develop more.
Penalty kill, power play, last 2 minutes of the game, protecting a 1-goal lead. That's when they want him to get big-time experience in those type of situations in Bridgeport. I have no problem with that. None at all. Would they be better with him in the lineup now? Probably yes. And talking about Shabanov, he's looked okay at times. He's shifty out there, right? It's just amazing that none of the veterans have looked good at all, and it's all the newer players who've looked the best. What does it say about the core of your team? Not too
They're
good.
trash. Move on. Should have moved on.
Should have moved on from them years ago.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Frank from Empire State said Mayfield gave up 2 huge goals, was embarrassed again. He moves like a statue. Remember, he's playing with Schaefer. Schaefer he doesn't exactly know what he's doing yet, so it's going to make Mayfield look worse. It just is. So I don't want to see, this is like what we're hearing from, Romanoff was so great, it was Dobson was the fault. No, there are pairs out there. If Schaefer is not doing what he's supposed to, I know we see him chasing guys back. Well, that means he's out of position too, right? And I'm not ripping on Schaefer. I'm not. That's his skill set. That's what he wants. You're going to have somebody mobile back there to cover for him. You just are. And I don't know if Scott Mayfield's that guy anymore. Like I said, eventually you're going to see Pulak playing with Schaefer because he's much better defensively at this stage of his career. And you're going to limit Mayfield's minutes with who knows who. It's not going to be Pelech. It's probably going to be Romanoff. That's probably what's going to happen. Next comment, X. Matthew Slarv says Mayfield got embarrassed on Tuesday on that 4th goal. Yeah, it happens. And Romanoff was embarrassed every time he's out on the ice. Every single time he's out on the ice. He's the worst player on the team right now, the worst. Oh, looks like we got something here. Phil's Facts says, everyone who laughed at me about the Lou print and Lou being involved in this offseason can now feel free to apologize. Many of you already have, and I appreciate you for that. No, Lou destroyed this franchise the previous 4 years. He's the one who killed the franchise by not having a vision, for being too old and stupid for his job. Let's see if we can get one more playoff run on this. The team was never good enough to win.
Well, he did have a vision, Grumpy. It was to try and extend his,
He didn't have vision
as
unless
the
he wears his
GM.
bifocal glasses. He had no vision.
It was to try and extend his stay as the GM. He did whatever possible for the team. They probably told him, "Hey, if you just have a record above such and such, you'll keep your job. We won't get rid of you."
Useless.
So he did whatever he could to make sure that happened.
Useless.
And set us back years.
The time for this time to load up was after the first Eastern Conference loss to Tampa. That was your time to load up. They didn't. The year after they lost in 7, they didn't again. Well, Tampa did every single year. They added people. You ever notice the teams that really win, they make changes in the offseason. They just don't ride the same guys coming back. Doesn't work. You need new people to come in and keep people hungry. And the Islanders just laissez-faire. La la la, cul-de-sac crew mentality is what they are. Thomas Antonetti says, Grumpy and Sonex, as much as I wanted to disagree with you both, the facts are frightening. The team's defense is dreadful, and I wouldn't be against trading Sorokin to maximize the return. You're not going to get, like I said, Sorokin's not been great this year. I think there's probably reasons for it. I think the fact that the defense is so horrifically bad in front of him is maybe making him try to do too much back there. That's when you see professional athletes make mistakes. They're trying to do too much.
Hero
Hero
ball, right?
Trying to play hero ball.
Yep.
It's always a mistake. Stay within yourself.
Yep.
Do what you do best.
Yep. What did Herb Brooks always say? Play your game.
Play your game.
Play your game.
Play your game.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. Or Belichick, do your job, right?
Do your job.
Don't do more than what you need to.
That's right. Just do your job. Trust the other guy to do his. Frank Kaplan says Shabanov is fun too. Yeah, he's had little spurts where he looks good too. He also says
F-Lou. That was a good one. That was a little goon-esque right there.
Yeah. I hate being proven right on Lamoriello as well. Mm-hmm. Nick Canetta says Lee and Pajot will definitely be traded to Stedrine. No doubt in my mind, Darsh is going to make the right moves. We'll see. What
would you say is the estimated value that we could get for them?
Depends on how they play.
Let's just say currently.
I don't think either one's worth the first-round draft pick.
Wow. Okay.
They're going to have to play better. They're going to have to play better.
Do you think that that's even in the realm of possibility?
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think Anders Lee can play better. Anders Lee, if he can just score some goals, standing in front of the net, taking punishment, deflecting passes on the power play, he can absolutely get you a good value. JG Pajot has to pick his game up. I mean, he's a third line center. There's a difference. Now, guys are going to want third line centers. Are they going to give up a first round draft pick for it? Maybe,
Probably
depending
not.
on injuries and such. But you're not going to see a team like Florida Panthers trade for JG Pajot. The Florida Panthers going to probably look at somebody like a Benny Malkin.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's Malkin's in the last year of his deal.
Or Crosby.
I don't think Crosby wants to leave. They could say.
I think Crosby. Well, I think Crosby.
He's going to cost a lot too. Crosby's going to cost a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't want to leave the Pens because that's where he's played his whole career. But I have a feeling before he goes out, he wants to probably have a chance at another cup. That's how I look at it for him. I think he has ability still, too. I don't think that he's washed completely.
He's not.
I think he still has ability. He can still play. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's mixed with him. I feel like he wants to win, but at the same point in time, he wants to stay in Pittsburgh. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing him leave and then do what they did with Fleury, where they sign him back to a one-day contract so he can retire with the team.
Yeah, I think Malkin is the guy most likely get it moved out of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's playing pretty well right now, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely they are.
New coach bump. New coach bump, right?
Yep. I agree.
Chris Dennehy says, who wins first, the Islanders or the Jets? The Islanders.
We were talking about earlier.
I don't see the Jets winning this week. I don't even know
who the Jets play this week.
It doesn't matter. I don't see him winning this week. Aaron Glenn's the worst coach.
He's terrible. He's got to go.
But I told everyone on the TJ Grumpy Old Man show he's not going to work out as head coach. Told right up front.
He's awful.
Not the answer. Thomas Dennehy says, Grumpy, would you say this team's defense currently set up is the worst in recent memory, or perhaps since the early 70s? I can't think of a weaker, less mobile, or defensively sound top five. We were pretty bad in the Doug Waite era as well. Pretty bad defensively. But again, it was sell out to try to score. But this is a bad defense, and they're old. You got four guys, who are in their 30s, one who's under 20, and the worst defenseman on the team is 25 to be 26. That's a bad recipe. It's a bad recipe. And none of them are fleet of foot except for Schaefer.
You do, yeah. You do have one saving grace, though, and that's Schaefer. So.
And the rest of them are just marginal.
Yeah.
Frank K
it's
says,
him
wait until
and then everybody else down here.
That's right. There is no comparison. Frank Kaplan says, wait till Thursday versus the Oilers. Well, let's see. I know the Oilers are in the New York area playing the Rangers tonight. You would think that their toughest game on this little, they do the Metro road trip where they go the Devils, the Islanders, and the Rangers. They get the Rangers first. Second, you get the Islanders, then you get the Devils.
Prediction: do we see McDavid put up a hat trick against the Islanders?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to say yes. I hope it's Draisaitl. He's on my fantasy team.
Oh.
Brett Wander says they have too many slow players to play up tempo. Exactly. So, okay, now what does a good coach do? I've said this 1,000 times. When I was coaching, when we were coaching, if we had a star-studded team, I could do anything and we'd win. Anything, right? Yeah. But what would I do if a team was weak? Would I just, hey, let's just do this?
We're just going to continue to play the same way that we've played previously and just hope it worked? No, you have to adapt. You have to go ahead and change your game, your tactics, and your scheme based on the players that you have available. For instance, if you don't have a running back in football, or let's just say in hockey, if you don't have, really great defense, you probably don't want to be, as you said, having all your guys up the ice where they can't get back and play defense.
Yeah. That's it in a nutshell. You change your strategy to win games based on the talent you have. It's why you see when you see expansion teams, how do they come out playing? Almost invariably, we want to build a strong defense. Why?
Yep.
Because you can win with defense.
Defense wins championships.
You stay competitive with defense. If you don't give up a lot of goals or a lot of points or whatever, you can stay competitive and maybe, win some games at the end.
Yeah.
But if you're a team that, expansion team, well, you're not going to play any defense. We're just going to, attack with a bunch of marginal players up front. You're going to get owned. And you've seen that with the Islanders this year. It's terrible. It's like when they give up the first goal, everyone knows it's over. That's how bad it is right now.
Usually it's the first two.
Nick Canetta says, D'Angelo has been awful. And I think he should be dealt at the deadline as well. But what's his value going to be? He's not even PP1 anymore. He's power play 2. Right? So what does that mean?
Less goals.
Less goals, less opportunity for points.
And it's not like he plays any defense. So
none. And he's a pariah around the league.
Yeah.
He's absolutely a pariah around the league. Pretty obvious pariah. So you want to see George come up? That's fine. George is left shot defenseman. D'Angelo's right shot. So that's why I wanted Reinbacher in the Dobson deal. That's why I wanted him. Right now, what are you going to bring up? Ethan Bear? He's hurt. And down in Bridgeport. Hurt. I'm sorry. Can you put that one back up?
Sorry.
I want to see George up. He can and has played on his opposite side. He also said he's comfortable with it. He's going to say whatever he wants to get played up on the
to get
team.
playing time. Exactly. He's going to do whatever he can to get up with the big team.
He still struggles like how Schaefer does, is he's not prepared for the physicality of the NHL game. And he's not great defensively. He's a good enough puck mover to play on the team, but you need to pair him with a real solid defense.
Which we have none of.
We don't have any of. Correct. Emmanuel Russo says, good evening, gents. I think the worst take so far is that Rod needs to go. As if another coach would make a difference. This team is in rebuild. That means losses.
That's kind of where what I was kind of saying at the beginning was like, I don't think you can blame the losses on him. He's only doing what he can. And now, as you did say, tactically, you shouldn't be playing all out attack when you don't have a great defense, which I agree with that. But at the same point in time, he can only do with what he's got. It's not like, he can just add whoever he wants on the team. They can only perform. And you even said too, we didn't have any replacements from, who was it? Brock Nelson. And then who was the other player? Noah Dobson. Yeah. We didn't have any replacements for those two last year, which means the team's going to be worse. Well, I'd say a replacement for Schaefer's not on the first line, but I would say Schaefer's almost the closest thing to a replacement for Dobson for another defenseman that we had.
He's a left shot defenseman.
I know.
The Dobson replacement was Tony DeAngelo.
I know. I was just saying like a top tier defenseman.
Okay.
It's kind of what I was trying to relate it to, because he's obviously the best defenseman we have on the team,
yeah.
The best player we have on the team. So I would say that would kind of be the even keel trade off between the two. Is he's the best defensive. We didn't get anybody for Nelson. Nothing.
Callum Ritchie and a first round.
Who's not even up with the big team though.
But
that's my point. He's not even. You have no instant impact from the trade that you made.
Well,
you haven't brought anybody in.
Here's the thing. It's the one thing, and the only reason, honestly, Nelson was traded because he wouldn't sign a deal. Because Lamoriello was trying to sign him back. He wanted to sign a 33-year-old
to probably a 15-year contract.
Well, probably no, 3 years. 3 years. He wanted to sign 3 years, whatever he was, 6.5, whatever it was. And he said no. He said he didn't want to. That's the only reason Brock Nelson was traded. Brock Nelson traded himself by not agreeing to stay. Otherwise, Lamoriello would have re-signed him as well. Re-signing Kyle Palmieri was stupid. Re-signing Alexander Romanov was stupid. There are numerous guys who can give you what they give for a lot less money. Just is what it is. And the thing with, while I'm not saying he should go, I'm just wondering if he can make it to Thanksgiving.
I can't see that as happening.
If the team goes into a full-on spiral, I don't see how you stay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's kind of that's what we want to have happen. Let's be honest, right? I think you're in total agreement, Grumpy, that you want the team to just implode and suck as badly as possible.
I What I want to see is young players play and show that they can be part of the future of the team. That's what I want to see. I'm not trading guys to bring in some depressed asset unless he's like 22, 23 years old.
Yes,
As a
somebody
throw-in,
who's
as a throw-in.
young. Yeah.
As a throw-in.
We should be looking towards long term, not, oh, well, we can maybe win an extra 5 or 6 games if we bring this one player in. No. We need somebody who's going to be like, okay, they're younger. They'll be here when the team becomes good and can contribute. That's what we need to look at.
We have already answered this question from Frank.
Okay. Sorry.
He might have just repackaged it.
My fault.
Charles Dittman says, Grumpy, I finally agree with you. Romanov sucks. I knew it was going to take that. Don't worry. Everyone's going to come around. Eventually, everyone comes around the way to the Grumpy Old Man's.
Everybody is hopping on the Grumpy Express.
I'm a soothsayer. I can see the future. Vinny G09 says, now, I think he changed his name a little bit. Sorokin blows. He was regarded as the be-all, end-all. Gets worse every season like this team. Sorokin will never steal a big game, let alone a game. Trade him while his value is above crap level. He's yelling that. This is like a scream, a rant, I would call it, from Vinny.
All caps.
If you could trade Sorokin to Edmonton, for instance, for a couple of first-round picks and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, would you do it? I would.
Yeah.
I would. But
that's,
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of where I was, I guess, earlier on when we were doing the show. I had said that I would just clean house completely. I'd trade all your assets off because the thing is, by the time, and I know you don't agree with this, but by the time your team becomes good, they're going to be aged out.
The whole thing is you can't trade everyone at once.
Why not?
You just can't. You can't trade the whole team. You just can't.
Again, why not?
You're not going to find enough takers, first of all.
Suck as badly as possible.
You need to move out at least three guys a year.
Pull a Cleveland Browns. Trade everyone or just suck as badly as possible every year. Be the worst team. Get the number one pick every year or close to it.
Okay. But Cleveland's been bad for how many years?
They've been winning. Okay. They went from not winning a game. They made the playoffs when they got Baker Mayfield. Okay. They went from not winning a game to making the playoffs. I'm just saying.
And where they been?
I think their management sucks.
That year with Baker Mayfield. Where they've been since that year with Baker Mayfield?
They got rid of the GOAT. That's why they got rid of the GOAT the year after.
You can't trade everybody on the team.
Well, it's because they got rid of the guy who's great. That's the thing.
Okay, but here's the
management has to be smart enough when you get good. It would be like the Islanders trading away Schaefer.
If you could move Lee, Pajot, Pellick at the deadline, and then move, two other pieces in the offseason, you're going to have to bring other players in because you don't have anyone in the minors who's ready to step up. So you're going to have to do replacement guys on short-term deals.
Just replace it with more crap.
Well, it's easier said than done. You can't get rid of everybody at the same time. Can't do it.
Okay, do you think the fans would really be that mad at the product that you'd have? I mean, it's not like you can lose any more games than every game that you've already lost this year. So,
okay.
I mean,
as bad as the Islanders have looked in the first week of the season, they will be.
I understand that they will win games. I'm not saying that they won't win games. What I'm saying, though, is can the fan base really get any more upset than they are now? Is how I look at it.
Absolutely, the fan base.
Really? Why?
Because
you should look at the team now and realize that you have no shot.
It's only 3 games.
Full suck.
If you get rolled by San Jose next week,
I'd be great. Great.
I mean, you can
number one pick. Here we come.
Why don't you pull up the Islanders schedule? I predicted, I think 3-5-2 was going to be the Islanders' record over the first 10, which is what it was last year, which means the Islanders would have 8 points over 10 games. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore.
So you have Oilers.
Why don't you pop it up on the screen?
Sorry. That's on me. I thought I had it up. That's my fault. Here we go.
Okay.
I will zoom in. Give me 1 second before you start yelling.
Okay.
That good?
Oilers, loss, right? Say
Yep.
that's a loss. Senators. Good news for the Islanders. Brady Tkachuk got hurt today. He's going to be out for a while.
Still
Still,
probably a loss.
Senators. Sharks.
We could potentially beat San Jose.
San Jose looked pretty good so far. I'm picking the Sharks in that game. Red Wings.
Loss.
Red Wings win.
Oh, yeah,
Flyers.
we'll lose is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Red Wings. Then Flyers.
We could beat the Flyers.
That's another Islander loss. Bruins.
Absolute loss.
Loss.
Absolute
Hurricanes. Loss.
loss.
Capitals. Loss.
Another loss.
Blue
Columbus.
Jackets. Loss.
Bruins another
again,
loss.
Loss. Wild. Loss. Rangers. Loss. Devils. Loss. Gold Knights. Loss. Mammoth. Loss. Avalanche. Loss. Stars. Loss. Kraken.
No, we're not to the Kraken yet.
I think the Kraken will win.
We have the Red Wings. We have the Red Wings.
Blues. Loss. Second half back to back. That's a loss to the Kraken too. It's bad.
So you don't have us winning a game.
until Thanksgiving. So
Okay, so as I said, how can the fan base be any more upset?
well,
Now let me ask you a question.
They're gonna win some games.
Has the team ever gone winless in the NHL in a season?
I think the worst team ever was the Washington Capitals their first year.
What was their
I
record?
think they had 10 wins and 71 losses and 1 tie, something like that. It was.
Do you
bad.
think? Well, we might be a record breaker this year.
Nah, it won't be that bad. Well, we're going to get some games. The team will play better. But a good general manager should, when the team does start playing better for a stretch, that's when you parlay certain guys to move. Okay, this guy's looking good. Okay, he was a little bit slumping earlier.
Start making deals. Start making deals. Yep.
Start making deals.
Start
early.
doing your job. Start
Don't
making
be the-
deals.
Don't be the last girl to the dance.
Nope. Start moving.
Get
Wheeling
there
and dealing.
early. Get there early. Charles Dittmer says, how many playoff series did the Islanders win during their cup runs? I think what he's trying to say is how many consecutive playoff series wins did the Islanders have? It's a record, by the way. Now, remember, they won 4 Stanley Cups, and they got finals the 5th year. How many do you think that would have been in a row? How many
can't remember
playoff
if it's-
series wins?
I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 games in the playoffs.
It's not games; they're
Or
series.
series. Sorry, series. Sorry, series. I can't remember if
Okay,
it's 3 or
just
4.
think about it. Think about it now. There's 16 teams make the playoffs. 16. How many rounds are there in the playoffs every year?
Is that night? So they won 19 series in a row.
19 playoff series in a row. That is correct.
Woo! Quick mops.
The fact that I had to really walk you down that aisle is still a little distressing.
Hey, I got to the number.
You did. Program this is can't wait for the 2026 first round draft pick.
Amen. Amen.
Same here. And even if you don't get McKenna and you get 4 other studs, great. Now, they're all not going to pan out. Not everyone pans out. But if you hit
This is me and Grumpy's thoughts about the current situation with the Islanders.
I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
Joe Namath knows. He knows.
Yep.
We need to get some different.
I know. I have it here. The thing is, I have to get a thing for the actual headset because I can't hear. I couldn't even hear that sound, by the way. I just have to hope that you have a reaction to it to let me know that it went through.
Well, all you need to do is program some of them in there.
Yeah, I could get other sounds in there. You just have to tell me which ones you want. Like I could get "oh yeah" or something like that in there.
Okay. Frank from Empire State says Sorokin had back surgery, minor or not back surgeries. That was last year, not this year. It was last year.
And I'll say, yeah, I don't think they would be playing if he hadn't recovered yet.
He's not made some tremendous saves this year. I don't think he's lost his athleticism. The fact that he's playing deeper and deeper in the net that's when I always look at goalies who are playing deeper and deeper in the net. That's how you know they're not feeling confident. I just don't think he's confident right now.
I agree.
Drew says, can't wait to get a top 5 pick this year because with how bad the defense is, we're definitely going to be there in no time. I think we're absolutely going to have a top 5 pick. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind on
I'm hoping we get the number 1 overall pick, but they're saving that one for a particular team that is yellow and black.
What do you think about the Penguins' third uniforms, the yellow ones? I like
I
them.
know you like them. Did you see San Jose's thirds?
Are they just like the old teal?
They're all teal. I was wondering
No,
what
I
your
don't
thoughts were. You don't like that?
I
You
didn't
like the
it.
all, pretty much the all yellow for the Pens, though? 'Cause that's what it is. It's pretty much all yellow.
They've always had. I don't think. Yeah, I like the. No,
It's-
they've usually had black and white have been their uniforms most times. The blacks and the whites. Mostly they had the
Well,
black.
They usually have an alternate uniform every year that is yellow.
Well, I like this one. Aaron Glandon says, I can't wait for the Islanders versus the Red Wings. Congratulations, Grumpy, on beating week 1 in fantasy hockey. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron's always, you know what? I like Aaron because he's very complimentary and he doesn't throw crap against the wall. When you win, he says, congratulations. If you lose to him, I say congratulations to him. I like Aaron. Nice guy. Frank from Empire State says, Grumpy, don't start patting yourself on the back. I know how you let the defense and D'Angelo Romanov's partner slide, who plays literally no defense. He's supposed to be a rock-solid defenseman, Frank, and he's not. He blows. That's his job, is to play defense. D'Angelo, that's what it was supposed to be when Dobson was there. But Dobson had to subjugate his game because his partner was a useless piece of shit. I mean, that's just the way it is. Romanov is horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, he's not look good.
Frank says, Henneman is looking good, Grumps-Adamas, LOL. For a fourth liner, he's fine. That's all I'll say. He's fine for a fourth liner. He's not a first line player. Never will be. Don't even delude yourself into thinking he's a first line player. He's a first line player on an 0-3 dead from the neck up team. That's what he is. He's a first liner on an expansion team. That's what he is. On a good team, he doesn't even sniff the top 3 lines. He's a fourth liner. Brandon Gaines says, Raw constantly chooses to put in Romanoff and D'Angelo game in and game out. That's on him. Darsh knows Watt is incompetent and is perfect for the tank. Well, I think Darsh knows the team isn't very good either. I don't think
He
you're going to
probably knew that coming in.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I was stunned by the Romanoff signing. Should have known better.
And again, I'm telling you, I know you probably don't believe it, but conspiracy theory me, right? I'm gonna say he was probably strong armed into making that deal.
You didn't have to give him that much money.
Okay, but it's if the team wanted to do, or if ownership wanted him to do that, I mean, what's he gonna say? No. Okay, well then that's fine.
Ownership's not telling you how much to pay a guy. They're not saying, "Oh, you got to give him 8 years." They're not saying that. You could have given him a 4-year deal, and he would have jumped at it at $5 million per. He would have jumped at it.
Okay.
He was still an RFA. He was still a restricted free agent, is what he was. You bought out a year of restricted free agency for that piece of trash. You should have let him wait out a year because then you can only offer him 6 years anyway, because that's what the league says the max you could do after this year. Or 7, I'm sorry. Dale S. says Romanoff was an early second rounder, and he's still drafted too high. Next comment, X. Aaron says, I can't wait to beat Sun X in week 2 of fantasy hockey. Watch out. Watch out. See, X, he's always got a complaint when he loses. He does.
Well, it's because it's rigged.
There you go. Dale S. says there is something going on with Sorokin. I would trade him to Edmonton. It'd have to be a king's ransom. I'd want a king's ransom for him.
I could see Edmonton absolutely being a team that would be interested in him. They need a goalie.
They absolutely do. Now Skinner played well today, though.
Yeah, but come playoff time, he plays like crap.
Well, he is what he is.
He always does in the playoffs. He's like, he's like the Dak Prescott.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's the truth about that. Hack. He's only won 1 playoff game his entire career.
Hack Prescott.
Hack Prescott.
Matthew S. says Romanov coasted back, though. That's what he does. There's nothing special about him. Brandon Gaines says, regarding Romanov, drafted in the second round early in 2018 by Montreal, keeping him actually helps with the tank. Regarding the years, don't think it should matter since either Houston or Atlanta will claim him in 4 years. Well, okay. We don't even know if they're going to expand. I think it's a bad idea to expand.
Honestly, if that happened, that would be great. We just get rid of him.
I'd absolutely leave him exposed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, let's see what happens. Drew says Horvat is the greatest hockey player to ever be a consistent shooter to the goalie's chest in the history of the NHL. Now, here's the thing. I like Bo Horvat, but I don't think he's a winner. I just don't. I think he wanted to get the security for his family when he signed that deal with the Islanders less than a week after being traded there. He signed an 8-year extension. Didn't know anything about the area or the team or anything. He wanted that security. And that's fine. That's fine. Because like I said, I like Bo Horvat, but I don't think he's certainly not a number one center. He's not. He's more of a number two. And I don't think that he sucks as a player. I just don't think he's a winner.
You just think he's average.
Yep. Brandon says it's going to happen. Cap will be a lot higher, and that expansion team has to get to the cap floor.
That would be nice. I can't see Atlanta getting it. It's really Atlanta going to be the expansion team?
I'd never give it 3-time loser. Let me tell you something. The Atlanta demographic population is not conducive to hockey. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing.
I mean, the Thrashers had really cool uniforms, but yeah,
the Flames had cool uniforms.
Yeah.
The Calgary took it, but it looked way better as an A.
I like the Thrashers uniforms.
Bring up the Atlanta Flames uniforms.
All right, give me 1 second.
Tell me that doesn't look better than the Calgary Flames or that horrible Thrashers uniform. I know a guy who got a Atlanta Thrashers tattoo on his leg. I'm like, what the hell are you thinking?
I see what you're talking about here. It is pretty neat.
It's better than the C, don't you think?
Yeah, I like them both. If I'm being honest, I like them both.
You got to remember, this is a jersey from the 1970s, no less.
No, yeah, I know. I like them both. I think both logos look nice.
I think that's better than the C. I just do.
The C's pretty nice. The C's pretty sharp.
Not as good as the A. That's all I'm saying.
I will say they look their color scheme. I know it's the same exact color scheme as the Chiefs, but I will say on hockey jerseys they look pretty nice.
Chiefs. Okay.
They look pretty nice.
All right, let's go to another comment, please. For those who don't know, X hates the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is correct.
Says, agree. One of Pulock or Pelech have to be shipped at the deadline. Yeah. And I think, honestly, it's got to be Pelech.
Both.
Brandon Gaines says, Grumpy, the Islanders are going to move at least 5 players by the deadline. Book it. That's an awful lot of team turnover in season.
Honestly, though, I'm all for it.
Okay. Look at who can move. D'Angelo, right? Pelech. Oof, man. Two players off the defense. Wow. Lee, Pajot.
That's 4.
That's 4. I can't see any more than that, honestly.
Sorokin, 5.
They're not moving Sorokin. It's not happening.
Moved.
He's not going to move.
Remember when you said that you didn't think the Bruins were good this year?
Okay, it's 3 games in.
And they're dominating.
Okay.
Hate to be right, Grumpy.
They've gotten stellar goalie play. I think they've been a little lucky.
Okay, a little lucky. All right. So whenever you're wrong, it's luck.
Drew says the only players who've looked good so far to me are Holmstrom, Schaefer, Shape Daddy, Barzal, and Shabanov. Everyone else has looked average to bad, especially the defense. I'm disappointed that I don't think Holmstrom's been great, but I don't think he's deserved to be demoted to the 4th line. Absolutely not. Siplikov has been invisible. Your boy Siplikov, X.
I know, sip time. He's not been doing too well so far.
Shabanov has brought a little jump at times, but man, he's tiny. He's just tiny. I think on a good team, it's good to have a guy like that on your 3rd line. On a bad team, I don't know as much.
I wanted to ask you a question. Do you think Schaefer will end up changing his number? Or do you think he will always be 48?
I don't know. I hate the 48, though.
Well, the reason I'm asking is, when would be the time to get a Schaefer jersey? Now or wait till he gets the number changed?
I don't think the price goes up on the jerseys every year. Well, every year prices go up for everything, but I don't think they're trying. Oh, it's a Schaefer jersey. It's going to cost you $100 more. It's not like that.
Well, no, I was saying, do you wait for the number change or do you get?
I'd wait. I'd probably wait. Brendan Gaines says, matter of fact, when Romy does eventually get claimed, That's when Aitchison will be ready. Yeah, Aitchison, okay. I don't want to have that discussion today.
You're saying he's Romanov 2.0 is what you're trying to say.
They got to coach the Romanov out of him. Absolutely. And the stuff he's doing well in the juniors right now, he looks like a giant in the juniors. And he's 2 years older than everybody, minimum.
So he should look like a giant.
And he's like the attacking defenseman. Okay, that he's not going to be that in the NHL.
In the NHL, no.
And he looked small in the NHL,
Yeah.
or average size, at best average size. I was like, oh my gosh, he looks so small. It was striking to me how small he looked, considering how big he looked.
In his highlights, right? Yeah,
huge.
He looked like a man amongst kids,
and he was too busy getting knocked on his ass in the pros. He's years away. I agree. But he has to learn how to play sound defensively. That's the biggest thing for him.
And that's where I said it all stems from having a good coach in Bridgeport. You need to have a solid coach in Bridgeport that can train these kids up, get them in the right direction.
Agreed. Wickerman 7979 says Sorokin isn't playing bad, but needs to be better. Yeah, I think like I mentioned earlier, I think his confidence is a little shaky right now. That's all. Gungan says the Islanders are in trouble. Bartender, make this scotch a double. A couple. Should have been a double.
Maybe a triple.
Well, but it didn't rhyme with trouble. But double does.
That's true.
Frank from Empire State says, yeah, okay, grumpy old man. Habs fans are already hating Dobson. Why are they hating Dobson? One guy tweeted something about an exhibition game where Dobson was playing hurt. Dobson's been good for them so far. I don't know what you're talking about. Dobson's been good for them. Brandon again says, I predicted the Islanders were going to finish last in the Metro. Here's the thing. If 25-year-old Dobson ain't in the team's long-term plans, why should any Islander fans think anyone but Schaefer is safe? Agreed. But I think the only reason Dobson was moved is because he didn't take a team-friendly deal to return.
He did not want to stay here.
That's right.
He did not want to stay here, and as opposed to getting nothing for him, they decided to move him and get draft picks, which is a smart thing to do.
That's what you do. Except I don't think Darsh did not get maximum value for him. He didn't.
Really?
He could have got.
You originally draft night said that you thought that it was that the value that they got was good.
Not the player they got back. They could have traded him to Columbus and got Veronka.
Okay, not the player, but you thought that the picks were good that he got back.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem. But remember, Columbus had 2 first-round picks too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my whole thing.
Well, I guess again, novice, but do players hold any value in where they go? Or no? Or is it all team controlled? Like, a player could be like, well, I only want to go to certain teams. I don't want to go to Columbus.
Voronkov has he gets traded to wherever he gets traded.
Okay, so the player doesn't have a say in like, well, I don't want to go play there.
Unless you have a no trade or a no move clause in your contract.
Gotcha.
I'm not your team property. And usually it's the guys who get the long-term extensions get those type of things.
No
Voronkov is good.
Or like limited trade clause.
Yeah. If you were going to trade for a forward, I certainly would have wanted Voronkov way more than Emil Henneman. Voronkov's way better than Henneman. He'd absolutely be a first liner on this team. Absolutely. And he's a guy you think he's only 23 years old as well. That's the type of guy you want on your team. I got him on my fantasy team. He's pretty good. Okay, next comment, Mr. X. Brandon Gaines adds, Darce signed a multi-year extension. He will have full autonomy to blow it up. Phase 1 began with the Dobson trade and will continue on to the deadline. That's what we're hoping for. And just load up on draft picks. Load up on draft picks. Need to really restock the farm system. And there's going to be a world of hurt for the fans for a few years. That's the way it is when you got Lou Lamoriello running the ship for that. He ran the team into the ground just like he did in Jersey, just like he was in the process of doing in Toronto till they kicked his ass upstairs. They're like, And Toronto hasn't won anything, but they'd be way worse off than they are now if they let him in charge. That's just the way it goes. Dale S. says, why did Darce sign Romy for 8 years? No idea. Brain dead. That was a stupid move. Stupid.
Yeah. I agree. It It was too
Brian
long.
Jo-
And now that I've seen how poorly he's played, and I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt at the beginning. I was like, oh, maybe he'll be good. No.
He blows.
No.
SBS sucks, blows, and swallows.
Oh my
Brian
God.
John says, we are in rebuild mode. I kept saying this. Yes, full rebuild. Full rebuild. You don't have to tell the fans. The fans know. True, real fans know. And you know what? They're okay with it. I think real fans are okay with it now. They know. Just can't re-sign your own guys anymore. Certainly not to 8-year deals. 7-year deals. Can't do it. Next, Mr. X. Drew says, my hot take is that both Holmstrom and Shabanov need to be paired with Barzal, but that's just me. Why not? Give it a shot. There's not a whole lot of back checking on that line, right? Not a whole lot of forechecking either. What the heck? What do you got to lose? Roll them out there. I mean, just for a couple of games, see what happens. Nothing wrong with that. It's fair to say. Meatball Parm says, TJ and Grumpy were absolutely right about Romanov, still wrong about Sorokin. Okay, that's fine. Eventually we'll be proven right about Sorokin too. It's okay. It's all right. Ponybird Curtis says, how much did I miss? I've been taking notes all week. Dirty games, so I can bombard the comment section here. Okay. X is in charge of the comments. Gungu says, why did the Mets, Jets, and Islanders sign awful players to extravagant contracts? Is our own hope at this point Phil's facts? No. Phil is no one's hope. It's hopeless. There's a lack of hope when it comes to Phil. No hope. And why do they sign people to extravagant contracts? Because they have money and they want to get paid. Uh-oh, here we go. Frank's yelling again. Grumpy old man, are you so clueless? Whoop-de-doo. He's a young kid with a great shot. You're a fourth liner, LOL. He's a fourth liner. That's what he is. Don't be upset with me. It's the truth. You love Romanov. I told you the truth was going to play out. It did. It has. He is what he is. They are what they are. Henman's been traded 3 times already. If he's that good, teams would have kept him. They didn't keep him. He's throwing. That should be his middle name, Emil Throwing Henneman. Meatball Parm says, is he already top 5D in the league, meaning Schaefer? Not yet, but I'm going to tell you what. Sky's the limit for this kid. Sky's the limit.
Yep.
He's the best player on the team. Period. I don't even think it's close for second. Now, that's a hot take, right? 3 games in, by far the best player on the team. Dale S. says the Islanders' contracts are a dumpster fire. A lot of them are, not all of them. The Drouin deal is not a dumpster fire. 2 years, it's okay. You're going to see a lot of that in the next couple of years. Just signing guys to a couple of year extensions, prove-it deals, guys who, fall out of favor with another team or perform well with another team but don't have a market. Drouin really felt that. He played well with Nathan McKinnon. You don't expect him to be the same with the Islanders, but you don't have to pay him like that either. Maybe you catch lightning in a bottle with a guy like that. That's all you're hoping for. You're not going to be going after the big fish. Not for the foreseeable future, you're not. Shouldn't be. Brandon Gaines says, Dobson got moved for futures and a spare part. What does that tell you? Darce doesn't care about being competitive this year. Yeah, he should have got the spare part he should have been David Reinbacher, though. The right shot defenseman from Montreal. That's who he should have traded for. He probably could have got Reinbacher and Henneman. Henneman's just a throw-in. He's a fourth liner, is what he is. That's not to rip him. He's fine on the fourth line. He'll score, 10 goals a year maybe from the fourth line. He's not an offensive juggernaut. He's okay on the forecheck. He's an okay skater. Nothing special about him. Stefan Rosner says, per the NHL IPL and the Islanders, Matthew Schaefer is tied with Connor McDavid for 4th in the NHL in 20-plus mile-per-hour bursts, each with 21 so far. While that seems crazy, this is crazier. Schaefer's 21 bursts of 20 miles an hour are 10 more than the next closest defenseman flying. Right, think about it, right? The kid he's spectacular. A scintillating skater. Period. I think he's the best skater the Islanders ever had. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I know I'm gushing on the kid, but come on, how can you not? At the end of the year, he's probably going to get 23, 24 minutes a night, barring
It's
injury.
Matthew Schaefer on the. This is what Drew sent us. Matthew Schaefer on the Islanders right now.
Oh my
It's a
goodness.
Bugatti next to
With a trailer
Yeah.
park, trailer home. True. That's really not that far off.
Nope.
Wicked 50 Cal says, I'm loving the performance of the team so far. They're doing exactly what I want them to do. I imagine having 3 or 4, maybe 4 firsts in this draft by retaining 50% on Liam Pajot. Yeah, I load up. And here's the thing. Get yourself 4 first-round picks this year. Even trade for futures next year. It's okay. Let's get as many first-round picks in the next few years as you possibly can. I thought this would be just 1 year. I didn't realize we'd fall this far this fast. And it's still early, okay? But you just see the way the team is playing and just how slow we look as a team. And it's like, ugh, the end is quicker. The end got here quicker than I thought it was. Look at all the scoreboard is info now that Lou is gone. Yeah, he wouldn't put
the
anything.
Islanders possession time. Can you see that? Okay, Grumpy or no?
I cannot. It's too small. X. Time of possession. Oh,
I can't zoom in anymore.
yeah, 9. What was that? 9 seconds, 6
9,
seconds.
Holmstrom
5,
6, Pulak 6, Siplikov 5, D'Angelo 4.
Well, that's just that particular shift.
Yeah. But I think they're talking about how there's just more statistics, I guess, that are up since he's left.
That's true.
Used to probably be, they probably just used to throw up, they had somebody standing up there and they'd throw up the little wooden numbers, right?
Yes, that's right. Wicked 50 Cal says Shabanov should absolutely be skating with Barzal. Yeah, why not? Roll the dice. Of course, you got to remember your forecheck is going to be a little bit limited, though, right? That's fair to say. You got a guy who's 5'6" out there. Matty B is not, he's a skater. We can put him out there. Palmieri. Rusty Shackelford, 0001. Grumpy, how many games does Ra wide with Sorokin into the ground for? Well, I guarantee he plays against Edmonton. And who's next, X, after Edmonton? Do you remember? Do we have that still available to look at?
Hold on 1 second. I can get to it. So after Edmonton, we have
Edmonton is Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. We got the Senators on the 18th.
Okay.
And then on the 21st, we have San Jose. And then
Okay.
October 23rd, we got the Red Wings.
Maybe. Oh, gosh.
San Jose, I think, is going to be the team that we have the possibility to win.
And then he gets a 5-day break. Okay, maybe that'll be the case.
Yeah, I think
No,
San Jose is going to be probably the first team that we actually have a legitimate shot to beat.
Well, Rittich is terrible in goal. So it's very possible that that's absolutely not going to be a win then for the Islanders.
You think we're just going to be hemorrhaging goals?
I think they have to be careful to run him into the ground, though. They really have to be careful.
Yeah.
Gungun says, Son X, because you've been asked this question twice already, I know you'll ace it this time.
Oh, God. Oh,
Name
God.
5 captains in New York Islanders.
Why? The guy whose name starts like sounds like Ty or something. What's his name? Pekka is 1.
It's 1,
Tavares,
2,
Lee,
3.
and then who's that guy? Oh, how many do I have to name?
5, 2 more.
Holy.
They've had a lot more than 5 captains.
I know, but I'm terrible at this. You know that. What was his name? His name sounds like Tire.
No, his name does not sound like Tire.
Mike Bossy.
No. Again, you keep on saying Mike Johnson.
Dennis Potvin.
Dennis Potvin, yes. 1 more. Even though you should have to name 6 now since you said Bossy again 3 weeks in a row.
Hey, I like Bossy. Oh man. Who's this? Rick DiPietro.
No.
Who's the fifth?
The guy you were talking about is Pat Flatley.
Flatley. That was it. Flat tire.
Doesn't
That's
rhyme with tire.
Flat tires. What I was thinking of.
Okay. There you go.
Flatley. Was he one?
Yes.
See, yeah, flat tire. See,
Okay.
I
You
can
missed
never
it.
remember his name though.
All right. So no, he could not get it. Third week in a row.
I was
Frank-
close. I got 4.
Frank from Empire State says, yes, the team attack is great. We have scored power play goals. Penalty kill seems a little bit better. Okay, defense sucks. No, we're terrible. We're terrible as a team. Frank, I don't know what game you're watching. I don't know what games you've been watching. How many goals the Islanders have through 3 games? 8? 7?
The Islanders through 3 games have 7.
7 goals.
Yep.
That doesn't strike me as the attack being great.
No, and they've
How many
given up
power-
13.
The penalty kill's been a nightmare. The power play is, except for Schaefer.
Schaefer, yeah.
I mean, and I think the power play will be better just because he's on it now. Nick Azzato says, feeling bad for Schaefer, but this team needs to lose 60 to 70 games. I don't think we're going to lose that many games. We'll probably lose 50, I think is fair to say.
Do we lose 50 games?
I think so. I think
I'm
that's
gonna say-
definitely,
I think we'll lose more than 50.
that's a lot of games to lose.
Well,
Frank from Empire State goes, why do I hear rumors of our backup not being good enough? Varley must be done. Varley is done. We've been telling you Varley's been done since he went out with the knee injury last year. It's finished. And how much is a 39-year-old goalie going to have left? Nothing. Matthew Sklar said, Wah will be the sacrificial lamb this season. Ownership really likes him, though. And maybe it's like, hey,
he'll be gone. He'll be gone
Unless-
before the year is up.
unless the understanding is this team just plain isn't good enough. We know that. So, let's just work with the young kids, develop these guys. And we know we're in full on rebuild and you're going to get to stay. And you're not going to get axed for performance on the ice this year. But of course, if you put out a product that doesn't look like they're hustling, I think then all bets are off. Drew says, I just want to stress to this fan base, even if we finish with the best odds to win the lottery, we're not getting McDonough. It's virtually impossible to win the lottery in back-to-back years. X, do you think it's impossible for the Islanders to win the lottery back-to-back years when Gavin McKenna is available? What do you think is going to happen, X?
Well, seeing as there's already been an agreement that the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to be getting that number 1 overall pick, I'm going to say that it's probably pretty tough for us to win that. We might, honestly, if we pay enough money, we could probably get it, though. Might be able to buy it from the Penguins.
Well,
But yeah, no, we're not getting the number 1 pick. It's going
I
to the
think-
Pens. The Penguins could win every game, and they're still going to get the number 1 overall pick.
okay, I didn't realize that.
It's already locked in. All the balls are going to say Penguins when they pull them out.
Okay, that's
I'm
fair.
just telling you, it's a whole basket of Penguins balls. That's it.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair. They're numbers now, but that's okay. JP says it's going to
All
be
Penguins
close
numbers.
to be worse than Buffalo, but there's a difference between being bad for a spell and being perpetually bad like the Sabres of the football Jets. That's fair. Jets suck. Sabres are horrid. Lindy Ruff should be first one to go. Kevin Adams gone. Okay, I don't know what this is. We need to make it a little bit bigger here. Darsh burying Lou. Okay, what is it? Okay, I don't know what he's doing here. It looks like he's
He's
digging a
doing
hole.
landscaping, but he's doing
Well,
landscaping.
Maybe he should consider doing something else. I don't know, like managing the team.
I think it's community service. So I'm pretty sure it's community service, seeing as everybody that's out there is wearing a New York Islanders shirt that probably says like giving back or let's make a change underneath the logo.
That's how you
I'm
know
gonna
your
say-
team. That's how you know that your team really sucks when they say we will work for food. You know your
We
team.
will work. Okay, no, we will work for food. They're just doing community service.
Okay.
It's like the same thing that they do where they buy Christmas presents for, kids in need and stuff like that. They do that stuff every year.
I never seen anybody shoveling. I never seen anybody shoveling dirt. The general manager shoveling dirt. Unless
First off,
he was burying
looks like
Lamparello.
it's not dirt. It looks like it's a mulch that he's moving around. And you know what they're probably doing? They're probably doing something where they're creating like a playground for kids. It's probably what they're doing.
It looks like he was like a landscaper at a damn golf course or something.
Oh my God.
And let me ask you a question. Do you think I don't think he put enough sunscreen on his head. I hope he put sunscreen on there. There's a lot of sun on top.
They
of
actually look like he had a little bit of hair in that one, Grumpy.
He doesn't. Honeyboy Curtis says, did you guys catch Pittsburgh's mustard colored jerseys opening night? Ugh, hideous. I like them. Did anyone think that the Oreo advertisements on Toronto's helmets last year were adorable? I'm sure I sure did. I don't remember the Oreo.
I don't even remember seeing them. I'll look and
But
see if I can look it up.
I like the mustard colored jerseys. I do. I like them. Sorry, Pony Boy. I like
On
them.
Toronto Maple Leafs helmets. I'll look it up.
That's okay. I don't care. JP says they shouldn't scapegoat Wah. What's he supposed to do? I don't think he's a great coach anyway. I don't. I mean, eventually the team's not going to win under him. So if you want to keep him for a number of years, that's fine. If he can motivate certain guys, but if you want to be a winner, he's not going to be your head coach. Period. Exclamation point. Bing, bing, bang. Noopers of exclamation points.
And that's the Oreo ad that was on the Toronto helmets.
You know what? It doesn't look bad. It's not. I didn't
It's
even
the
notice
same
it.
color as the packaging, so that's probably why they did it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all right, I guess. JP said, then again, maybe Lane Lambert wasn't so bad after all. He's coaching in Seattle now. Ponyboy Curtis says, anyone else think we're taking too many needless penalties? That's what lazy teams do. They stop moving their feet and they reach with their sticks. That's what they do.
Or teams that don't have any talent. You know, you can only do so much, guys. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you know, teams that just are not as talented as other teams have to take penalties like that to try and keep up or try and stop somebody from scoring because they can't keep up or stop them any other way. I think that's I don't think it's really needless penalties. I think it's the fact that they're like, oh my God, I'm not, you know, physically able to keep up with this player, so I need to go ahead and trip him or hook him.
A lot of them, they don't move their feet. They don't move their feet and they reach. No, they don't have defensive awareness. A lot of that's what happens. Dale S. says, Watt is not going to make it.
I agree with that.
Ponyboy says, did Pulak have an A on his jersey in the first game? If so, why? I think he did.
For awful.
Oh, wow. Okay, good one. There you go. You answered the question. Very good. Excellent. I like that. Dale says, it's the damn contracts. He'll pay me 1.5 and I'll clean that up for you. Hell.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't want to know how he's going to clean up the contract issues, but we'll just leave it to that.
It's all right.
I'm not going to get on his bad side.
Ponyboy says, boys, there are numerous reasons to be hopeful and optimistic. Okay. Our main issue right now appears to be defensive, with the exception of Schaefer. Our decor is freaking downfundingly awful, especially 77 and 28. Yeah, that's our top defense pairing. And 6 and 3 look like they got cinder blocks strapped to their feet. And their offense sucks. Other than that, the Islanders in good shape. Goonger says, Grumpy, which hit was more satisfying for Vito Corleone? Don Fanucci during the parade in New York City or Don Ciccio in Sicily? Is Mark Sanchez a magnet for bad publicity?
Oh,
we talked about Mark Sanchez on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show. He's got issues, that guy.
Absolutely. They said it was alcohol. I'm going to tell you he was on drugs. He was absolutely on drugs.
I don't like to judge, so I'm not, but I don't think that's not what alcohol makes you do.
No. Get help, Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. And the hit that Vito Corleone thought was the best was not Fanucci, was absolutely Don Ciccio. Absolutely Don Ciccio. Revenge for the father. And shooting the mother, blowing her halfway across the screen. That's what widescreen is good for. You can shoot a woman in one side and blow her right through the other. Fantastic. I mean, that's a hell of a shot. Like, boom! You know, they had the rope on her, man. They really yanked that thing. That girl needed chiropractic surgery after that shot.
Oh, my God.
You know the scene I'm talking about, right?
I
Vito,
think
run,
so.
Vito, run!
Yeah.
Boom! Went flying. Looked like one of those flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. Boom! Just flew out of there. Dale S says Grump is correct. All guys aging at the same time. Yep. That's why you got to cull for the roster as you go on. It should be a living document. You're always making changes to it. Matthew Carbone says only 3 game in. Chill. Let's see by game 20. Darsh probably knows our D sucks and Waz on short time. I think we are going to win games. I do. I just don't like how we've looked. We look really, really bad, really slow. That's the problem. Imagine how bad the team would look without Matthew Schaefer. I mean, it could be worse. Matthew Schaefer could not be with the team.
Yeah. We could have gotten what's his face? I can't remember his name. The losers with Boston now. Drawing a blank on his name. Yeah, we could have drafted who was it instead? What's his name?
Oh, Higgins.
Higgins, that's it. Yeah. That's sellout. Oh, I love Boston so much. Oh, Boston's the greatest.
Yeah, it's like home to me. Yeah, you lying piece of shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Scumbag.
Like I said, he's disingenuous. Gungun says, could a reunion with Peter Laviolette do wonders for the Islanders Hockey Club? Son X, hold on to your pay stubs. No on Peter Laviolette. No. Dale S says, you're going to build through the draft. Agree. No good free agent signings with the Islanders. True. It's going to be a while. And if you hit on a bunch of picks, though, sky's the limit, right? All those guys come up together. You could be good for a long time. Frank from Empire State says, Grumpy Old Man free agents will come here since we got rid of applesauce loser. Well, none have ever come here. No free agent has ever come here since the invention of free agency. No good free agent. The biggest free agent we ever signed was Andrew Ladd. Enough said. Sorry. Matthew Carbone says trade Lee and Pajot for picks and move Pellick. I think Pellick will be the first one to go. You got to move him first. And then D'Angelo should be moved too. And then let Isaiah George play up. Why not? What the heck? Trial by fire. See if you can do it. Next, please. Frank says, Pajot looks good. First rounder for him. Mark my words. He's going to have to play better than he has. It's not been good. Come on.
Yeah, we want him to improve. Trade deadline, move him.
Absolutely. I want him to play as good as he can so he can move him and get more assets for him.
Now, would you rather, this could be weird the way that I'm going to phrase it. Would you rather the team, we still want to lose every game, but you'd rather play no defense and have your offensive guys racking up like 2-3 goals a game? The guys that you're looking to move, would you rather have that? Would that be the best case scenario for the team? We're still getting the losses, so we're up for the draft lottery. But at the same point in time, our guys that we're looking to move offensively are putting up points, scoring goals, getting assists, so we can end up moving them and get more valuable assets, like pick-wise, come trade deadline.
Yeah, I guess
so. Maybe that's why Wah is playing the way that he's playing.
No. That's just the style he likes to play.
Did he play like that last year?
Tried to.
Okay.
That's what he did.
I'm just logically trying to think of it through my head. Like maybe there's a purpose for the reason for what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a one-trick pony.
Okay. Well, I was going to say if you were like, oh yeah, no, he didn't play like that last year. He played more defensive last year. Well, then I would be like, okay, well maybe that's the reason why he's doing it this year. He's trying to get those guys as many goals as possible to move them at the trade deadline while still sucking and tanking the team.
Okay.
And plus, honestly, if you look at it from a fan's point of view, a product, at least for me, and I think probably majority of viewership would rather see goals as opposed to 0-0 ties at the end of a game.
That's true. I agree with you, X. Drew says, if only my little brownie was here during the football chatter. That's her favorite part. Matthew Carbone says, I hope they'll eventually bring Richie up. They will, as soon as they trade JJ Pajot. That's when he comes up. Aaron says, the refs, don't get me started on that goal lines. The refs and the Chiefs were playing 2 versus 1 on Sunday Night Football. All right, you can talk. That's an X. Aaron, you and X are right in line with that. Absolutely. He knows. Ponyboy Curtis says, Grumpy, so I've got a bone to pick with you. All this pontification, how big baby Shape needed to be in college or light of the juniors. So he was far and away above that level of play. True. He is. Absolutely. Selfishly, I wanted him to go to college and let him play against the big boys in college, just to save a year on his ELC and make the Islanders the worst team. So we start the rebuild full on. He's by far the best player on the team. I mean, like I said, I can't say that I saw him, play last year. The kid's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I was wrong on it. I mean, you're not going to sit him down. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I do. I think he's going to have at least 50 points, maybe 60. He's just that good. He's phenomenal. I know, I mean, it's 3-game sample size, but still. If the Islanders are 0-9, should they just send him down anyway? Save the ELC year? I don't know. Something to think about. Ponyboy says, I believe it would tarnish his progression. The only argument not to play him this year is not to burn his ELC. And that's all I cared about was the ELC.
This is, by the way, this is a string of comments.
Okay.
I tried to flag all his together. He said that he's going to be having
I'll just keep reading. You keep on rolling up.
Yeah.
But this is the type of kid who's going to do right by the franchise when that time comes. His loyalty is apparent. I have no reservations about him losing his compete level and developing loser habits. No possible way for this kid. We've got the number 1 overall for a reason. It's because we've been struggling, but this kid's a winner and a fighter, and he's going to take this team far. He's already up and away our best player, better than 13, 30, 14, etc. There is no question that he belongs in the league right now. Anyone who thinks otherwise is delusional. I have infinitely more worries about Sorokin losing his compete level, winning mentality, throwing in the towel, accepting defeat over Shea for 100%.
And that's it.
So. Yeah. Okay. The Ozone says, I remember that TJ was dubious of WoW from the start when Phil and Grumpy were on board. I think TJ's was, I don't think that was the case. I don't think so. Frank from Empire State, that shouldn't be a blow-by comment, but still. I think when they brought Wine initially, I thought they brought him in to make him the gentleman. But TJ was like, he just thinks he's a motivator and not an X's and O's guy. And I think that's fair. I honestly think that's fair. The guys who've been better under him, guys who are underachieving compete level wise.
Yep.
The Engballs and
he's lit a fire under their butt. Those kind of guys.
That's what motivators
But he's not
do.
tactically good.
Yeah, I don't think it's his strength. I'll just put it that way. Frank says, good luck, Grumpy old man. We love you and hope you know I'm breaking your balls. I'm a huge fan of you. Oh, don't worry. I don't take anything serious, Frank. Don't worry about that. The Ozone says, at least our team has a direction now. Yeah, to the bottom of the league.
It's called tanking.
It's like the hunt for Red October.
We're the bottom feeders right now.
That's it. Gugman says, Grumpy, good luck tomorrow with your procedure. Son X, can you pass me that reefer? Oh, my goodness. Thanks.
I do not have any reefer.
No. Mr. B says, embrace the suck, boys. This is what we needed. The only way to kill off slow, ineffective, counterproductive cells is to lose too hard and often. Looking forward to 2 unproductive non-playoff years with good craft. Yeah.
Yep.
At least 2. Drew says, I think the bigger shock is that in a game where the Leafs won 7-4, Matthew Knies gets 3 assists and Morgan Riley gets F-all. LOL. I think Morgan Riley is probably on Drew's fantasy hockey team. JP says it sounded like you stunned Grumpy with that philosophical admission question, X. LOL. What was the question that you had a philosophical admission on?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I do not know.
Okay.
I just put it in there because it made me sound good.
Okay. Anything that makes you sound good, I don't blame you. Frank from Empire State says he has no defensive play. It's not Waz's fault. Yes, Grumpy old man. Roma has been horrible, and D'Angelo makes him way worse. They both suck. They sucked last year when they were together too, but people didn't want to believe me. I said they were worse. Romanov was worse. Of course, he was way worse playing with D'Angelo than Dobson because he didn't have Dobson to bail his ass out. D'Angelo has never been a good defensive player. He's a league pariah. Move on from him, too. Matthew Carbone says, Scott is there to protect Matthew. Yeah, that's fine. You can't let anybody go after that kid. You cannot let anyone go after that kid. Dale S. says, Grumpy, what do you think the Islanders' total points will end up? It's hard. The worst thing you can do is overreact to like the opening week of the season.
0 points all season. We're not going to win any game. We're going to lose everything.
No. I don't think we're going to be worse team in the league. I think we'll be bottom 5. I think we'll probably have 75, 77 points.
I think we'll be the second worst team in the league. I think Buffalo will be worse than us.
There's some bad teams in the West too. Now, here's the thing: Chicago. I don't know what their points are. They look way better this year than last year. It's evident that their team speed is vastly improved. They went just ride the young guys route, and you see it's starting to pay off for them. Not necessarily in wins, because I don't know what their record is, but they look better.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. I know they're two different positions, but would you say Schaefer through his first 3 games is
way better than fucking Bedard?
Bedard. That's what I was going to ask.
I think Bedard's overrated.
Yeah, I do too. I think he had all the. I think he was. I feel like he's the same kind of thing as Arch Manning. He was just way too hyped up.
You want to know how bad? You want to know? I'm not even going to do it because it's so ridiculous for me to even say it. I'm not going to say
it. Do it.
Matthew Schaefer, is he Bobby Orr?
Oh, Grumpy! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Look at Bobby Orr. Look at tapes of Bobby Orr.
Yeah.
Look at tapes of Bobby Orr.
Offensive and defensive playmaking.
Look at tapes of Bobby Orr. His skating.
So we heard it here first. Grumpy Schaefer is the new Bobby Orr.
Greatest hockey player of all time.
Oh my! So Schaefer is going to be the greatest hockey player of all time. Then
he's just phenomenal.
You said pencil it in. Pen it in. He said pen it in. Use the ink. Permanent. Sharpie it in.
Chisel it in.
Chisel it in. Oh my God.
I'm just saying, if you just look at Bobby Orr and then watch Matthew Schaefer, their play style is really similar. That's all I'm saying.
Grumpy, hold on. I see some smoke coming from your screen because you're on fire with that.
That's a hot take. That's the hottest take. That's the hottest take ever.
Smoldering.
That's a smoking take right there.
Yeah.
Smoking take. Absolutely. Ponyboy says, boys, but here's the thing. Bobby Orr went to a team that had, I think Phil Esposito was there, Johnny Busick, Wayne Cashman, Johnny McKenzie, Terry O'Reilly, Gary Cheevers. I mean, Don Marcotte. They had a lot of really, really good players on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Really good players. So, it was a difference from here. Ponyboy says, boys, there's significant positives. I'm actually surprised you're not mentioning them. I think for the most part, we looked way faster than in past years.
With the exception of one player, I would say we have probably not.
We have looked aggressive in spurts. But
we've done a lot of standing around.
A lot of standing around. Drew says, I'm just surprised that people generally believe that this was their current roster. People generally believe Darce's words about his plan to retool the team, LOL. It's obviously going to be a rebuild. Absolutely, It's a rebuild. There's nothing wrong to say. It's nothing wrong to admit
the reason he's not going to say that, though, is because he doesn't want to lose fans going to the games. I mean, okay, if you tell everybody, yeah, we're in total rebuild, we're trying to restructure the team, do you think people are going to go want to see that quality of play? No.
That's true.
I mean, their biggest concern is preseason tickets. That's what they're concerned about, is getting those season tickets sold before the season starts. That's all they care about.
No, that's why Schaefer's playing. He's the only reason to watch.
I'm telling you, that's why. And I knew, and we even said that from the start. We're like, okay, now granted, he deserves to be up with the big team. Wouldn't you agree that he deserves to be up with the big team?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
selfishly, I wanted to play in college, not in juniors, in college.
Do you think he'd really benefit from playing in college, though, now?
He would light it up in college.
Okay, I know he'd light it up in college, but do you think he would gain any benefit from playing in college?
Yeah, I think it would help him defensively.
Okay.
I think he makes a lot of mistakes defensively so far.
I get that he makes mistakes defensively so far, but he'd be so much more talented than the other kids in college that you really think he would benefit from that. And also it would depend on his coach too, because can his coach him through those defensive mistakes that he makes? If they just tell him, hey, go out there on the ice, like a lot of schools do, and I'm just going to compare this to, college football. There's a lot of college football players, especially quarterbacks, that make mistakes all the time that the coaches don't tell them how to fix things. And then they end up going to the pros and they suck.
Well,
It's the same thing as that. If he doesn't have a coach that can coach him out of those mistakes, is he really going to benefit?
he could pick any school he wanted to go to. So
I know that, but I'm saying,
but that's my point.
where
So
would you have wanted him to go college wise then?
I don't know. Whichever team, preaches solid defensive, hey, we play defense. We play structured defense here. We want to be structurally sound defensively and give you the chance to attack when you have to, because he's so good, he can do that. He still needs to learn the finer points of the game. That's
would
what
he have still been able to get, I guess, the contract from the Islanders for this year? Would they have still paid him, or even if he went to college? So then he'd probably go wherever NIL was going to pay him the most money.
Yeah, NIL
is what would happen.
Yeah,
but that's my thing, is then you're you're not getting potentially.
McKenna signed an NIL deal. McKenna went to college and he got over $1 million. And
I'm aware of that, but do you think that he went to the school that has the best coach or the school that has the deepest pockets?
I think he went for the money.
I understand that he went for the money.
He's a forward. It's about him attacking.
Yeah, I get that. But okay, you said the things that Schaefer needs to work on and improve on are his defense. If he's going to a school, which probably would be the case with him, that's going to pay him the most money, they might not have the best defensive-minded head coach. So then is he really going to benefit from going to college as opposed to him playing in the pros? Because he's going to be light years better than every player that he plays against in college.
Hindsight being 2020, he's too advanced for juniors or college.
That's kind of the point that I was trying to get at.
If he would have stayed healthy last year, he maybe would have had 100 points as a defenseman. Look at how good he is.
He's really good.
He's so good. Gungu says, is Schaefer living with Martin, Son X? Do you feel like a Martian?
Do I feel like a Martian?
Like a being from another planet.
So much more.
It's a yes or no. Drew says, this is clearly the most obvious stealth tank.
Yes, I agree. And I think it was to try and gain those preseason ticket sales is the reason why he didn't want to say anything.
Ponyboy
says, all about money.
Ponyboy says, Grump, can you admit you were wrong when you said it was okay to sign D'Angelo to league minimum because he's a disaster that I take Bear, Boquist, and George in a heartbeat? I don't mind that they signed him to a league minimum. I thought in his short time here last year, he helped the offense a little bit in the power play. The kids just outplayed him. It's the same thing with Drouin. It's a 2-year deal. It doesn't bother me because you had the money. The Islanders still have money to spend. They're going to have that for a number of years. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to overspend on anybody going forward.
Hopefully not.
And it's a 1-year deal for D'Angelo, so you move him at the deadline. If he plays better, you move him. It's okay. DLS has another crappy contract, Scott Mayfield. Yeah, they should have let him walk. Ponyboy Curtis says, team hasn't been this fun to watch since we beat Florida in the first round. It's true. It's fun watching.
Which was 10 years ago.
Yeah, think about that.
Well, it's because they're playing all out attack. And that's what I said. For the average viewer, you'd rather your team go out and try and score. Okay, as opposed to playing the Barry Trotz method, which was as you had said, which is grind it out, just try and get through games. It's a lot more enjoyable to watch a team that plays attack.
You want to know who Schaefer reminds me of from a movie?
Oh, I was going to say Bobby Orr. That's what you said 2 seconds ago.
From a movie.
From a movie?
Yep.
That kid from Mighty Ducks who was just so much better than everybody else.
Better. Dean Youngblood.
Oh, Youngblood. Okay.
Dean Youngblood. Absolutely. So much better than everybody else. But he had to learn. Took his lumps. Lost a couple teeth. Had his old man give him a beating in the barn. That was a good movie, man. It was a good movie. And he that
was with who was the lead actor in that? I'm trying to remember.
And he was knocking boots with Cynthia Gibb too.
Who was he's in Parks and Rec. What's his name?
Chris Pratt?
No, it's not Chris Pratt. It's who's the lead actor in that?
Rob Lowe. Yeah, Rob
Lowe. That's it. Yeah.
He still.
I was trying to remember his name.
If you look at Rob Lowe now, he looks just like he did back then.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. He'll probably say, "Oh yeah, I didn't have any work done."
He made a deal with the devil for certain.
Yeah, just like Tom Cruise did.
Yep. Dale S says Islanders should sue Lou for GM malpractice. They could have fired him anytime they wanted to. They kept the piece of shit around. They should have dumped him years ago. That's what I was saying. Get rid of him. Served his purpose years ago. Ponybird Curtis says Schaefer is making Mayfield look worse. Grumpy, no offense. Are you smoking crack, bro? Because he's making Mayfield look infinitely better. No. I'm saying when you see Mayfield and him on the ice at the same time, there's no comparison to the skill level is what I'm saying. That's what I mean by makes him look worse. He's
not making his play look worse. It's just he looks so much better than Mayfield does that he looks bad. He looks noticeably slow or looks like he can't keep up compared to Schaefer, who's just flying around.
Yeah. Ponyboy says Florida has made very little changes, Grump, since they've been dominant the last few years. That's not true. They brought in Matthew Tkachuk that put them over the hump. They didn't win the cup the first year. Then they brought in, who did they bring in the year after that?
Brad
Marchand. They brought in Marchand. And now this year they didn't make many changes. They're up against the cap. They didn't make many changes this year. They lost Barkov. Tkachuk is out.
What's the saying? Run it back. Run it back, right? Run it back.
You know what that means? It means just you're going to lose.
Run it back, baby. Run it back.
And those slimy the Flyers beat them yesterday, 5-2.
Yeah.
Dale says his Phil's Facts looked at Puckapedia and looked at his Isles contracts. Blueprint. Laughed my ass off. The blueprint. Ponyboy Curtis. It's not exactly like we were getting elite $9 million a year goaltending from the Russian over there. Yeah, I don't think he's been great. Drew says, I believe I sent some stuff to X, one of which was my first tweets that got over 1,500 views.
Yeah, I think
And Drew, he did say he was going to send that. He was going to put that up today.
I want to say I played all of the stuff that you had sent me. I'm pretty sure I got pretty much all of it. If I didn't, shoot something in the chat and let me know and I can put it up. So
did you not? Okay. Brett Wayner says Malkin and Crosby both have no move clauses. I think Malkin would want to move. I think he wants to continue to play. What better way to play by having a great year and win a cup? Pittsburgh did not want to. They didn't overextend to bring him back last time. He went a little ways into free agency before he signed back. Aaron Glenn says Leon can have his hat trick. I already played you, Grumpy. That's fine. Drew says, trust the blueprint, guys. Drew also adds, chat, please, because be patient with Tony D. We need him to get his points, so round pick in return from him. I don't think he's worth the first round pick. Maybe a second. Drew says, Grumpy and X, I was thinking, have you ever tried to contract Mike Gartner, Bartner or Gartner, and get him on the show? The answer is no to both of those, even if it's Mike Bartner or Mike Gartner. I want to get Mike Milbury on the show.
Man, make sure he doesn't take his shoe off.
Mark Alberti says, get ready to lose for the next 4 years.
Oh, yeah. We're ready. We're locked in.
Ponyboy says, can you imagine if we picked that bum Higgins instead of Baby Schaefer? I wouldn't watch the team anymore. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That would have been the worst move possible. And thank goodness Boston bailed us out by saying they didn't want the 2 first-round picks for Higgins. I did not want the Higgins kid. No. I'd rather have Gavin McKenna. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, is this Drew didn't put this up, did he? This doesn't look like Drew.
This is something Drew sent us. He said to start the 2005-2006 season with Sidney Crosby, hashtag Let's Go Pens were 0-5-4. To start the 2015-2016 season with Connor McDavid, the Let's Go Oilers were 0-4-0. And then to start the 2025-2026 season with Matthew Schaefer, the Islanders are 0-3-0. Crosby and McDavid have reached a combined 6 Stanley Cup finals with their first 2 appearances in back-to-back seasons. This franchise is going to be fine. Saying to calm down.
Okay. No offense. Whatever.
Those 2 are offensive players, and Schaefer is a defensive player. So
okay.
A little different.
The year after they picked Crosby, they picked Malkin. Edmonton had how many other first overall picks on that team? And it's just a different time. It's like saying Edmonton was guaranteed to win the cup last year because the team that lost the year before to the same team always come back and, or like Gretzky did after losing to the Islanders, so it was guaranteed to go. No, it's not the way it works. It just doesn't work like that. Mark Alberti says, you'll get no fans if you sell out.
Yeah, I don't.
You can't dump everybody. You can't. The team has to play hard. It at least has to play hard. That's the most important thing. Michael Boucher says, oh, my God, now you guys want to trade Sorokin? No way in hell. He's not getting traded. They're not.
Trade him. Offload.
Michael Boucher also adds, this is a rebuild. So we suck now, but I'm long for the long process. We have 2 first-round picks. We need at least
more
2.
than, yeah.
Thomas Bach says, many of the teams that could benefit from the players we want to see move don't have first-round picks. Grumpy Old Man is correct. This is not football. You can't trade everyone. And there is a minimum cap. Yeah, you can't move everybody at one time. But you can move some guys at deadline and then some guys in the offseason. You're going to have, but if you're moving some veterans in the offseason, you try to get some younger players who maybe have underachieved a little bit, who maybe with a change of scenery can be good. Those are the type of guys you want to bring. You want to bring in aged veterans. You want to bring in guys you could potentially build around. So this way, when the time the young guys are coming on, you have some guys who are maybe 25, 26, 27. So, that core can grow together. And you have some guys who've been through the wars, so to speak. Dale S. says, Sun X is improving show by show. Yeah, I want to say that. X, much better today, by the way.
Thank you.
A little bit more involved. It's good.
I've been trying.
Pony Boy says, boys, I need you to put something up. On 10-11, Wad did a pregame presser. On the second to last question, Wad was asked about the status of Engvall, and he just gave the guy a death stare and ignored him. Interesting. Well, he doesn't like Engvall. We know that. Engvall's been a healthy scratch for I don't know how many times last year. But Engvall, I'm going to give him credit. He was a whipping boy of mine, abso-freaking-lutely. But he tried to do the things that Patrick Waugh wanted him to do, and he was able to do them for stretch of game. It's not his game, but at least he tries, and he gets credit from me for that. He just does.
I'm going to try my best to find it.
And now Washington is 3-1, so the Islanders are 6 points behind Washington. It's early. Drew says Sun X is the show who TF is this old
Sun
guy.
X is the show. Who the flip is this old guy next to him? LOL.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm the rated R superstar, Grumpy. I call the shots.
Tony Pino, he knew it was 19. Also, Tony Pino says, as an Islander fan, you should know that. He helped me. Remember, he's a new Islander fan, though.
New. I know some of the new stuff, not the old stuff.
Brandon Gaines says, let's play a game called Stump the Grump. We used to have that game, Max, remember?
Yes.
Mike Bossy is known for his multiple 50-goal seasons. Who are the other Islanders in franchise history who scored 50 goals in a season? Gosh, you know what? I don't think I can. Did Bossy ever score 50 in a season? I don't know. I want to say LaFontaine did. I don't think Derek King ever did. Did Turgeon? Nobody recent memory has. I don't think Palffy ever got there. I just want to say LaFontaine. If I was going to get somebody, I don't know. See, you stumped me. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. The number 53 is just standing out in my head for some reason. Frank from Empire State says Henman will move up to the second and third line in my prediction. Grumpy Old Man. He's on the first line now, so anything less is a demotion. It's not moving up. On a good team, he's a fourth liner. That's all I'm saying. Aaron says, good job in fantasy football last week, Grumpy, but I can't lose to you twice in the same week. I'll take the split and be happy. My team blows this year. I think my my second, third, and fourth round picks are all on injured reserve for the rest of the year. It's tough to win like that. It's been my worst fantasy football year ever. It's like my team is such junk. There's nothing you could do. Just hope you get lucky. JP says, Grumpy defaming the champion, the captain of champions, according to the late former Islander Terry Crisp. LOL. Program this says Dobson wanted to go. He wanted to be on a good team. Yeah. He didn't want to stay, move him. They should have got more for him. Should have got a better asset as a player. 2 first-round draft picks, no problem with that. Should have got a better player for him. David Reinbacher, young guy. I mean, Henneman's good too, but we have a billion Emil Hennemans. It's not like, he's a star, and he won't be. Reinbacher would have helped with your right-hand defense shortage, and he's young. The downside, he's been a little bit nicked up injury-wise.
I'm not finding that pregame press conference, so I'm struggling.
And program that said he wanted to be on a good team because he actually wants to win.
Yep.
Frank says Sorokin will get better. He has to be. He's been pretty darn bad. Frank from Empire State goes. He's only 23, and I agree. Lately, Romanov sucks, but luckily he's young and needs someone better than D'Angelo, who was playing in Russia. Okay, Romanov's 25, and he's going to be 26. He's not 23. Absolutely not. And Romanov sucks because he's a shitty player. Doesn't matter. When he was with Dobson, you thought he was great. It's because Dobson covered up all the same things he does now. It's the same thing he was doing last year, but Dobson covered for him. That's the difference.
And Drew sent us this.
Okay. Islander fans haven't won in their first 3 games played. The Islanders haven't scored in a single goal.
Okay. Islanders haven't won in their first 3 games.
A little bit bigger.
Here, I can read it. Islanders haven't won in their first 3 games played. Rangers haven't scored a single goal at home yet. The state of New York hockey, everyone. Our teams suck. Not wrong there.
I think the Rangers are going to be better than the Islanders, though.
They will be.
Rick Roma says, top 5 D-man in the league. LOL, he's not even top 5 D-man in the Metro. Talk about Matthew Schaefer. Dale S. says, I think they need to be doing 1-year deals.
Yep.
Rick Roma says, New York has the only fans in the world that have a player in the Hall of Fame after 3 games. Schaefer looks good, though.
Yes. And then, Grubby, we just got 2 more comments, and then we'll probably wrap this show up for tonight.
Program this says they need to pull up George. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. He's going to have to play with somebody who can play defense as well.
Yeah, they need to change something up with the defense. And if that means bringing him up, I mean.
Okay, but you have to have guys who actually can play defense. Isaiah George doesn't play defense either.
Well,
you got a lot of those guys on this team.
Heaping pile of crap then. I mean, what else are you going to do? I mean, I'm just saying try something new. What you're currently putting out there and doing right now is not working.
Not good enough. Frank from Empire State says, I met the new goalie, grumpy old man. There are rumors, and he sucks. And was afraid to play him. Is this true? I don't know if that's true, but Rittich was good. Rittich was not good in the preseason.
Rittich, sorry.
He wasn't. That's why he signed to a 1-year deal.
All right, Grumpy. Anything you want to say before we log off for tonight?
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't, from SunX and the Grumpy Old Man. Don't forget the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show will be on Sunday at 8:00.
Yep. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening. As always, love the interaction in the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks, Grumpy.
My pleasure.